Yeah. focus with a vision and focus. Back then I never been so hopeless, but I kept living with the faith in process. So ill yet no diagnosis, thank God I had to make that progress. It's all about mindset, bells ring when I see that drifting. Been around and back to the point that I knew that it needed shifting. Cut off the man that would drag me down till I'm feeling lifted. Like ditch him, ditch him, ditch him, you will never see me switching.
I can't what you say behind my back, cause you know I can't waste my energy on people that I don't see. You never could do anything that ever faced me. I like the type to hold the crush, cause I don't know.
Yeah, see I've been that dream, setting that pace like I'm doing up FIFA. Innovating the scene with the ether, lift up the team like follow the leader. How many times did I compromise to make deals on the side cause I got too eager? That's broke boy trying to get a feature, now I get paid for the rhythm, it's leisure. Used to be so low, reminisce way back when I was alone. Got pain from my mind this decade ago, this way that I rode was out of control. Can't tell a boy stick to the code if he got guilt living inside of his soul. Man, I have to pray to God to let it all go. We've been here before, if you know then you know.
I can't what you say behind my back, cause you know I can't waste my energy on people that I don't see. You never could do anything that ever faced me. I like the type to hold the crush, cause I don't know. I can't what you say behind my back, cause you know I can't waste my energy on people that I don't see. You never could do anything that ever faced me. I like the type to
Okay, I've got. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's down to Split 2 of the NA Pro League Season 0. I'm joined by a man who has the greatest shirt on right now. I'm pointing the wrong way. You know, I was about to say the man who knows his basketball. That's the man who knows he's going to get the Stanley Cup. Let's go, Toronto Maple Leafs. Why not? You know, I walked into this. I didn't even ask where you were from, and the fact that we both are probably Toronto-based as well. This is huge. Leaves for the win. They're already 2-0 up. One with the dominance, one with overtime. But we're not here about the hockey. As much as we could talk about it for years on end, we're here about this Pro League. Split 2 has had a little bit of a shake-up, hasn't it, with a few roster changes. As we do apologize, his microphone has somewhat not connected. So all this time, the excitement was saying about how Parks is a leafy boy and from this region. But yeah, the new changes that have come through has seen big roster changes. We're seeing that even some of the bigger teams, Team Dare, bringing in Ricardo to their squad. We're seeing the Scallywags doing the biggest changes of them all. They have brought 2 new members into their squad. They brought Basil and Salvo into their team to try and get themselves back, because the last time I casted this Pro League side of things, Scallywags were really not up to pace. But it is definitely a comeback, and I asked the question in production: is Parks back? Parks, are you back?
I'm back, baby. I think we're good to go.
Can we got a thumbs up with production? Can we hear him? Chat, let me know. Can we hear?
Can y'all hear me, chat?
A beautiful Parks.
Okay, good. We were talking about the Leafs and how it's our year. That's what we were really talking about.
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's reintroduce you. He's the man from the land of North. He is a man who knows how to dunk, and if they can dunk, he can talk about it. It's Professor Parks. And Prof, first of all, welcome to the finals, and welcome to what should be an entertaining game. With some of these changes that have come through, which team is standing out to you?
I mean, as much as the Scallywags are on the bottom of the list, like we've made this up here, right? And if you can't read that, it says Belize for president. I believe in Belize. That's what I believe in. All right. I think that the Scallywags are an undercover team. I know they're very, very low on the leaderboard. I think with Bricked being as far ahead as they are in points, they are the team to watch, and obviously going to be on the chopping block or in the eyes of the enemy pretty often. But yeah, I think Bricked is the way to go here. They're so far ahead in points, about 300 points ahead of the rest of the team. So DIH and AHS have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, After Hours is quite an interesting topic point, actually. You mentioned how they're sitting in third right now. They are slowly making their way up, and talking of After Hours, here they are. It's going to be After Hours Hotel's finest. Make-A-Wish and the Blowers battling it out. But After Hours have been that dark horse. They started the first split off not so great, and they're slowly making that comeback into the latter stage of the first split. And a lot of the team, I know a lot of the production side of the team are saying that this is a team we should be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. After Hours is no joke. And again, they're so close to DIH, about 20 points behind them. What's 20 points when kills count for 1, right? So these guys can climb the list and definitely be somebody to be watching here.
Yeah, and of course, another team that honestly have not had the finest of hours and looking to really step up is Make-A-Wish. Again, a few bad games have put them down into that 8th position ranking. The same with Hotel's finest, but both teams have put a change into their game. They've put some new rosters in. It was got graduating for, I believe that's for Hotel's finest. And then we've also got Varian for Make-A-Wish Foundation. So big changes coming in as we're already set up for Seoul. And it's not just Soul, it's under construction Soul. We got it back, baby.
Love it. The best type of soul there is.
I am pumped. We're getting ourselves ready. Out of these three teams, which one are you predicting is going to take this lead?
I truly think Halto's Finest is someone to watch. I think that they've underperformed in their past couple matches, and I think they've got something to prove here. Truly.
Well, off to the races, the fine gentlemen go. They kick off the game as on this beautiful Soul. And we're seeing the first of the battles will be, I believe it's going to be Make-A-Wish and Hotel's Finest really getting it into business. It's the first two close to each other. While on the other side, we're seeing After Hours and the Blowers having a little bout, which honestly, I'm not too disappointed with the way this could kick off.
No, not at all. Halto's Finest already starting off huge with the team wipe against Make-A-Wish and ready to grab themselves the ball and move on to the next cash out there. That was a quick little exchange there. I don't think I saw that player pull out their defibs one time. He was ready to shock it out.
Not quick enough, not enough time, but, well, if you are, this would be the After Hours squad, well, they know how to move the vault as quickly as possible as they quickly get the first vault in, and now it's gonna be the return of After Hours to the Blowers got it in. They stole it off After Hours and try and get a return back onto this B site.
Yeah, B site here with the hospital, definitely one of the easier to defend, and on the reverse ends, really tough to try to attack and take this point. So it's gonna be a tough logo, and might be a little easier for the Blowers to hold this one.
Well, it looks to be a pretty decent start. Normally when we see a hospital attack, it's always the difficulty to cross that bridge. How can we get across? But the Blowers, as they got it in first, they're setting themselves now onto the outside, waiting for After Hours to make that first tap, make that first point of information to get themselves going. But Lasagna critically down from the After Hours squad, and they're unable to revive him because he's out in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. They're trying to hold the high ground and try to see what they're going to do at that point, whether they drop it down a level or they can hit him from the top there. Looks like the Blowers are doing a 2v3 right now, already getting engaged, going to move in with the machine gun. The minigun definitely a great addition for the heavy class, as if it wasn't powerful enough already. They give themselves a big rig. So we'll see what he does here with the minigun.
I love the minigun. When it comes to CQB, that thing just shreds everybody in every shape and form. As finally the first form of engagement is going to come through. The minigun doing the job it needs to. It starts to fry its way through, and there is no way of escaping the Ethanol's minigun as he continuously puts lead and damage. But in doing so, he is the last alive.
Yeah, spray and pray, Hyper. Spray and pray. He's got himself a little defense here, ready to go. It's just him alone. He just got his team coined in. They're on their way back to hopefully defend this cash out.
Currently, sidelines, you could see on the sidelines in fourth, the purple of Make-A-Wish did get team wiped, so critically they're gonna lose out here. But a quick change for After Hours, winning a fairly decent win on that first engagement does allow them to have that control, and they will steal the cash out just at that last second of the vault. Oh, sorry, of the cash out. And honestly, both sides aren't wowing me too much. The only ones that really have made the biggest loss is Make-A-Wish so far.
Yeah, again, it seemed like Halto's Finest were kind of unfazed with their cash out. They didn't really get too much pressure on them, and it looked like a lot of the pressure came over to Hospital there with the third party, and just a whole bunch of chaos when it comes to cash out. It's always a good time here in finals.
Well, let's have a little shake-up here. As I say, a shake-up. Let's look at the other battles. Make-A-Wish and Hotel Finance. We said how they quickly got taken out early on, but just when the rotation starts to unfold, Make-A-Wish, thank the Lord for a teleportation as they get away from all the bullets from Hotel's Finest. But they're still out in the open, and now they're going to have to get busy as the minigun continues to fry the damage. Can't do all too much. One more ball as that Obsessive Grandma can't get his way out. Now Viper's dropped as well. It's just one after the other before another falls. The Heavy left alive.
Wow, that's Halto's Spinus gone, and we have Make-A-Wish gone. I did not expect that. I thought Halto was going to be able to grab that and hold on to that, but hey, they get outplayed, move on to the next round.
On to cash out round 2. Usually 9 times out of 10, if you are new to the finals and the way this plays, there's usually roughly about 3 rounds. We're guaranteed 2 rounds of cash outs, but if we get a third, it's always a lovely bonus. And who destroyed the crane? Hey, it was doing some work. It was doing a job here. I don't know why you took it away.
It's a part of the scenery now.
It really is.
Right now, Lamp here with Halto's Finest looks to be defending this next cash out or looking to move towards the next cash out. Looking to move towards C right now with AHS After Hours holding that down. Spraying and praying, not letting them really get close. Maybe looking to third party that battle up top of that construction building there, but still getting peppered from the other side of the map.
It's the minigun. It just gives beautiful suppressive fire as finally the blower starts pushing around the corner, and that's a lovely 2-pop to say thank you very much and Make-A-Wish fall to the ground, and they will be pushed off to the defense onto D, onto that main construction site, has been successful by the blower.
Is to push themselves. They would push themselves into second place if they get this cash out. Of course, After Hours just has a little bit more ahead of them and will jump again ahead of Haltel's Finest.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish seems to be struggling just a little bit. Hopefully they can pull that together. They are a really talented team. I think they have the skills and the damage is there for those guys. They just need to finish up some of their battles.
Minigun, we can see with Lamp doing the damage, but he can't seem to find one. Is able to get it, but very quickly traded out. And just like that, 3 second. And again, After Hours says no, but it's only one left alive. It is After Hours.
Wow.
As all 3 teams get wiped at the same time. Third party upon third party, make that a 4th party. After Hours getting the moolah off every kill.
Yeah, After Hours really showing why they should be in the top 3. Really showing what their skill and that they've been slept on for a little bit here during this tournament, and they're going to show us what's up.
They always get slept on. I think every time I've casted After Hours, it's always a case of, yeah, you know, they're all right, they do the job, but every time we see them play, they just dominate the server, much like this Control, as both vaults are situated in the hospital. So now you go into their territory. It's After Hours and they want to get some fighting done. They've already put half of Haltel's Finest down low, but Lasagna will eventually fall down. A quick revive for the blowers, but the aggression still pushes forward as Graduating will fall, and we do see Haltel's Finest lose that push to try and claim a vault.
And that was such a winnable fight for Halto's Finest. Again, like just not performing the way that I know that they can perform. I really think that they have the skill in them to be able to win those fights, but they just got outplayed on that one by AHS. After Hours showing us that they aren't the underdogs, man. They really should be. They should be in the top 3.
A double stack onto A will guarantee a second place for After Hours. They know that at this current point in time, they are not worried about getting anything under second. But if you are Make-A-Wish, this is a great opportunity to capture and jump to the top, but the steal is starting to come through, and that looks to go away. But no, it's too many players all on one point, so nobody can really claim the advantage. As Viper will be the first to fall, Normalize and Lasagna also dropping out of the game, meaning 3 of the 4 teams down to 2, make that one of the teams down to 1, as the blowers only see themselves with 1 left.
Yeah, and this is why I love the finals, because it really isn't over until it's over, until that bell is rung. Because again, if Make-A-Wish were to get this final double cash out, they would then take that top spot and end up moving on to the next round with so much more points, 100 more points under their belt.
Haltel's Finest, they started this game a little bit questioned. They got the first lead, they lost it on that second attempt, become the third. They have the point right now, it's being stolen, but all of Haltel's Finest has dropped. They have disappeared and gone. Now it opens up the door to anybody to take it, but it'll be our leaders of After Hours snatching it away and saying, right, we want a guaranteed first here, boys, and they are gonna hold control.
Yeah, it's big money there for AHS here if they get this. Really solidifying that first place spot.
immediate for first place. There's no other way, no other question. They can go right now, and right now they are planting themselves one at each corner of this construction site. In the last 16 seconds, you have to make that final dash, that final push. Make-A-Wish are looking to try and get themselves on point, but immediately everyone is going to jump around. Who's going to get that splash damage? 7 seconds left on the clock. No one's contesting. Done and dusted. After Hours will take this first map, even with a team wipe.
Wow, $72,500 for After Hours there, finishing off that first round here in the Pro Hubs. Looking amazing. From beginning to end, After Hours looked real good. They should be proud of themselves.
Massively happy with what they've done, and a dominant start to the game, and you can't take it away that After Hours are, again, top 3 contenders for sure. Maybe I would even say, with the way that performance came alive, the way that they only had one team wipe at the very end where they could throw every single body at the point. Honestly, this is a top 2 team, not a top 3. But again, they're not playing the other members for the top bunch, so it'll be quite interesting to see how this progresses more.
Yeah, with AHS coming out with 21 kills at the end of that, with Universe Slayer 11 leading the board here, it's you're asserting your presence. 6,700 combat damage. You just know that the DPS is there. You know these guys, the comms are there. They're working together, and yeah, I'm actually very, very excited and very pleased with the way that After Hours came out there. Again, taking that second place spot. Later on, probably going to be seeing what DIH does and the Blowers do with their games, seeing where things go. And again, Bricked still very, very high up the leaderboard in first place. But again, with this format, anything's possible.
It really is. It really is. And I think right now if I'm not mistaken, the second lobby will be the more chaotic of the two, because we have, again, our positioned 1 and 2 fighting each other. So I think today, if we see a continuous progression from After Hours, they will continue to push their way to the bittersweet top. But how about knowing the next map, Parks? What's your predictions?
I'm predicting Seoul, probably. Wait, was that Seoul we just did there? Construction Seoul?
We just did Seoul.
Yeah, see, I just don't... it all depends. I know a lot of the guys prefer, especially with their DMATs, they prefer the Cis Horizon. I do see a lot of DMAT plays with the Cis Horizon. That's when you start incorporating the DMAT into your kit, it starts becoming some real serious fun play.
I'm going to disappoint you. It's not Cis Horizon. We're looking to go to Monaco, and it looks to be a standard variant. Again, going into it, of course, all the games will be sunny. I did try and say, hey, let's do it at nighttime, but the pros complained. They were like, oh, we can't see each other. Bro, have you played Rainbow Six Siege or Splinter Cell? Man, come on. Let's play in the dark. Let's get the night vision out. But no, we're heading to Monaco. For those who don't know, Monaco was the first map ever created by the Embark Studios for this game. It took them 2 years before they released it on, 2 years or 1 year before the closed beta came out, where I started my commentary career with the finals. And I tell you what, they have done a fantastic job with this map. It has been their bread and butter. And I tell you what, it always lands for some entertaining fighting.
Yeah, it is an absolute masterpiece. And again, like you said, it's their baby. It's their original. I think anytime I jump on this map, everything is so familiar because it is one of the original maps. And I think all of these players are going to feel the same way. Everything feels familiar, different gun fights in different areas. It's all stuff that they've done before. So this map knowledge is going to be fun for everybody.
Agreed. Is off to the races. The fine gentlemen go once again on the land of Monaco, where money is king. And these guys, well, they're not paying any taxes right now because you pay a little premium, and that's it. You're done. Fun fact about Monaco, that is.
Amazing. We have Make-A-Wish here grabbing themselves a first vault, just checking out the area, seeing who's coming out to attack them. It looks like a potential three-way fight for the other vault right now. Uncontested is Make-A-Wish on their vaults. It's a three-way fight for Vault 1 or Vault 2.
Honestly, great news for Make-A-Wish. They're probably sitting up, putting up their lounge chairs, going, you know what? Yeah, we can chill after the not so good performance from last round and ending up in fourth. But I tell you what, After Hours really being hit hard, Lasagna and Universe Slayer. is getting hit. They were downed off the bat. Mad brought them back to life as a medium. Quick defib comes in, brings Lasagna back in play. But that's a huge hit to kick things off. And as a leading team, the one that we've been bigging up, it hurts when you lose that initial fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I from the beginning, I have a lot of confidence in Halto's Finest, so I definitely see this coming into their play. I think they're going to show their skill, but we expected a little bit more from some of the other teams like After Hours, really blowing things out. And again, speaking of blowing things, the Blowers doing a great job in these past couple tournaments. This whole group is really going to be exciting to watch.
It really is, and I think the lawn chairs are definitely back and put away as Make-A-Wish now being pressured by the two people, you know, Hotel's Finest, sitting comfortably all by themselves, but it's going to be the Blowers and After Hours going for the push, and the Blowers going to be the first to play a little bit of aggression as they start to get that steal coming in under the nose. Make-A-Wish already take it out, so this is a free pick and a free opportunity as After Hours are stuck within their fight against the Blowers. And once again, Blowers, they may be a mid-tier team, but they have shown that they too could be a top 4 team here.
Absolutely. Good game sense there, knowing that that Make-A-Wish got wiped there and they had a free cash out there. Putting up the goo. All praise the goo gods. They know it's going to protect you till the day you die. And able to get themselves a cash out there pretty quickly and pretty uncontested. I thought potentially that After Hours might look over to go get that, but Make-A-Wish was already annihilated, and they were fighting that fourth party as well.
Make-A-Wish tried to get that steal, but very quickly the Blowers were able to respond all too quickly down to Viper to try and stay alive. He's done a good job so far, but that's Cerberus. Ooh, you know that gets dirty when it gets close and personal, but just like that, a quick response will start coming in. After Hours looking to try and steal, it's the very last second. Thank you, they say. Have they taken the steal?
Oh,
They have.
no
Just
way.
at the bittersweet end,
No
they will
way.
steal it.
Oh, I think that Make-A-Wish got that. They ended up stealing that last second.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Not
wow.
able
I'm
to
mistaken.
grab that with a last second mid-fight grab there by Make-A-Wish. Again, huge play by them that they needed, getting the original cash out that they had in the first place. Come to get redemption, and then just not enough time there for After Hours to take that. I mean, a split second, not enough time. They played that amazing otherwise.
I think we need a timer when these things go through.
Yeah.
I could almost guarantee that was looking to be the 0.1 situation. Any closer, it would have been theirs. But now comes the ego chows. Now comes those opportunities to try and win the vault. And oh, this is a terrible start for Hotel's Finest as they are down to graduating as he falls now. Again, a great start. And they always seem to have a good fight to kick things off. But then it just goes downhill for them, and they have to find a way back in the third/second half.
Yeah, that's got to be communication on their end too, right? Like just even the simplest comms, like what you're doing in that current moment, help your teammates to know what's going on. A lot of the times, like catch me and my friends were mouth breathing, and then we're starting to blame each other for what happened. It's like we weren't even communicating that whole time. Something like that could easily be fixed just by talking to each other and seeing what the other person's dealing with.
Gives me those flashbacks to those TikTok memes of, oh, communicate. And then the random things that come with it after. But talking about other random things, this is a cheeky little skill. And After Hours says, okay, where was the battle there? They say thank you very much.
Uncontested
Even with the player
After Hours.
down.
Yeah. He's going to get that revive off too, as Halto's Finest is going to come over here and try to take D right now, putting up all the goo in the world. The goo gods prevail. Look to be a really good block here along with that mesh shield. And a quick, easy steal here for Halto's Finest with the Blowers moving in, or sorry, AHS moving in right now. That's one down. Oh, Halto's Finest is down to 2. 3 down to 1, and that's the good little fight there that you expect from AHS. But it doesn't matter because we have Make-A-Wish coming in for the third party. Now the 3v1 against Make-A-Wish. They're gonna get themselves a quick little grab here with the mesh shield up, or the dome shield up, and the goo still in place. But the fight continues because this is the finals, people.
It does not stop indeed, and After Hours had to go for the revive. They needed a full team to come in, so why not make a wish and take it away? And they create that steal. There's down to what? Maybe 20 seconds left onto this point. Sorry, 30 seconds left on this point to try and retake it back. And After Hours, They're taking a little break. They know it's all down to timing, and they have to make this explosion the right place and right time as they start to concave onto this point, start to push away, make a wish. The damage starts to go in. One down. That's going to be Viper as two left are left. Mad will drop, and it's down to Varian. Varian falls as well. Grandma's gone as well.
Wow.
They've been wiped, but again, this could be down to the finite.
The gas takes him out.
Timing. Oh, love the
Wow.
gas and get gassed.
Wow, get gas. We are out here. That was a great play. Again, a good defense, and sometimes that luckily timed gas nade or C4, whatever it might be, that gets that gas going. It can really make a difference. Or even a flame grenade, pyro grenade. If you don't have the winch claw to be able to pull that cash out, you're just gonna suffocate alive.
Honestly, you could possibly have moved the gas canister, but the question is, do you even notice it? These guys are running a million miles an hour, and sometimes they won't even spot those small little things, which they should be. But it's so easy to miss when there is about 500 things to look at in mid games.
Yeah, gas, whether it be a gas barrel or gas grenade, a gas mine, it's all there. It's all, whether it be or fire or smoke, the elements are here along with every other barrel of every other flavor. It's always an explosion and a good time with this game.
One of the cash outs is underway. It's going to be that B point, and it's in control for After Hours. This will jump them just shy of first. They'll put themselves in second if they can get this off. However, there is still one more vault and remaining a minute 20 to put it in. Remember, that plus 13, as soon as we go into overtime, you can't put in the vault. So there is a lot of time here to get it in. It does go in, and it's going separately. So if you are After Hours, you got to get some kills coming in if you want to reclaim first.
Yeah, After Hours has their work cut out for them right now. They're just chilling with the beers, with the seats up, hanging out, having a good time, and then it's going to be pure chaos over there at Cash Out A or B.
B. To be or not to be? That is the question.
That is
and
the question.
Shakespeare never got the answer to that. But I tell you what is getting answers. It's going to be After Hours as they get the information that the blowers are here to play. 30 seconds in regulation, another 57 in overtime. Everyone's alive, and anyone who makes one gunshot or one big move is going to give themselves away, and Graduates can be the first to fall.
Yeah, Graduating being the first to fall. Halto probably going to be looking for a quick revive if they can get that in. But Make-A-Wish making a move as we speak right now, putting the gas up, putting the goo up. And but they're getting shots down. Brendan getting shots down, trying to do the best defense that they possibly can, moving and grooving, but they're lit on fire. And officially down to 2 people left on Halto's Spinus. He's got to get out of there.
We're also seeing After Hours getting wiped, and this will allow a free steal to come in. The question is, who's the one stealing this point? It's going to be the blowers. So if you are Make-A-Wish, right now you're feeling confident, you're feeling safe in this situation, because the blowers will take that point. Now take B, now down to A, and this is where everyone's attention is starting to go to, and you can already see Lab trying to get aggressive, trying to get the elbows out. Elbows up, boys, as the Canadians say, but the steal tries to go in, blow it down, get it, drop it down, do anything to stop everybody getting to it. The steal comes through. Hotel's Finest finds a way to take it off everybody when everybody was shoulder to shoulder.
Oh my gosh, that was absolutely insane. And this is the last crunch time right here. Let's see if someone can grab themselves a steal. There's all 4 teams here right now. Currently actually wiped is Halto's Finest. So it's down to the last couple seconds. They're not going to have enough time here to grab this. And it looks like the blowers and Halto's Finest finish up with the top two vaults there.
Honestly, Make-A-Wish stepped up. They stepped up massively. I am respectfully like a dad in a watching his son play in the sports day. I'm proud of what they did, and honestly, they showed that they have the potential to be in this battle. 7 kills from Varian to kick things off, 5 from Viper. Huge numbers for them, but I tell you what, if you want numbers, look at Universe's Slayer.
14 kills.
Eliminations.
Wow. Yeah. And as much as they didn't get the cash that they needed, they did get the points via kills. That's not going to get you what you need to to move up the leaderboard, but it'll keep you in the fight, especially with them. Where are they right now? AHS. Oh no, they're in second place. That's my bad. I thought that was Make-A-Wish.
Of course, our leaderboard updating as quickly as possible, so we're going to continuously see them going forward. And Prof, I asked for your diagnosis. We're already 2 games in. We do absolutely love them, but we need the professor's diagnosis on the first 2 matches we've just seen.
The first 2 matches we've just seen, I think my biggest takeaway from that is that AHS is here to stay. The slander for After Hours will not be taken on this channel. From now on, from here on out, After Hours is here. They are legit. They are currently tied for second place with the Blowers, with DIH creeping right behind them by about 100 or so points. So I think my biggest takeaway here is After Hours is not to be slept on. And I'm excited to see what they have to do here. They blew me out of the water on that one.
Yeah, they really did, but unfortunately it wasn't their best run for the second map when they put themselves into Monaco, not feeling the CQB environment that it does force you in. But they're going to be blessed. We're going with a bit more range this time. We're playing on Cis Horizon. We're going to get those sightlines coming in. And of course, Cis Horizon has no variations in its game. So very quickly, we'll be hopping into it. And I'm genuinely curious because Make-A-Wish stepping up, doing what they need to, but let's talk about the Blowers. They have been going under the radar for both games. Both times, I believe Blowers went second on the first one, second on the second. They're accumulating big points right under our noses.
Yeah, I think that the Blowers will keep themselves in here again. Still a top 3 team. But I think that I really have a lot of faith in Halto's Finest to be able to come out of here and potentially maybe even take a first place win here. This might be their map, especially if they were using DMATs. We're going to see a lot of people using DMATs here, I believe, with this map. Different areas to be able to drop the load or whatever you need to do.
Well, to kick things off, it's going to be split very nicely as the Blowers and Make-A-Wish look towards to go to Vault 1. While over to Vault 2, it will be After Hours and Haltel's Finest battling out. But we're going to stick with the Blowers and Haltel's Finest as they try and get that juicy bit of control. But we're already seeing Varian and Grandma down on the Make-A-Wish side. And already cleared, done, dusted. They're off the map, and they're whites.
Yeah, there goes Make-A-Wish. Quick little execution there by the Blowers. Like we said, they're not a team to be messed with, but they got to move themselves over to the next vault and get that thing started as quick as possible.
Well, they have a choice of options. Looks like they're going to be pushing on to B. They're going to have the back wall, which you can't push. You can't do anything to do damage behind you. So they have a safety net with that B side, but we're watching this fight as Haltel's Finest are going for more aggression as they're trying to steal this vault number 2. But a trade comes through, and just like that, that's a brave position to do a revive.
No fear.
It's out in the open, and sightline galore.
Yeah, no fear, the medic is here. Brandy currently moving out with Haltel's Finest towards the A cash out, where they're bringing that vault over to the A cash out to start that up. It doesn't look like anybody's around them that they need to worry about, so they might give them some time to be able to set some stuff up here, possibly move the cash out if they ever need to, or just find a good positioning to be able to hold this. That's going to be a more wide open area over at cash out A than in compared to cash out B, where we have AHS and the Blowers currently in a battle right now, and that's about halfway done already before that second vault is done.
This will create a very offset strategy. We will see players, well, potentially whoever claims the first vault, which will be this B vault, they will very quickly want to rotate to that second cash out and get it done as very quickly Normalized tries to get that little dash around, but Lasagna will try to finish him off after low health, and it's getting bloody in that area, and the Blowers wiped off the map. And After Hours, a poor Monaco stepping up and getting the early cash out and getting that early control.
Yep, there it is. We have ourselves a different switch there. Looks like Halto's Finest might be taking that point. And again, with that offset of times there over on Cash Out A, there's a bit of a heart attack when that first Cash Out finishes. You know that 2 more teams are going to be coming at you to battle, and you're already out here facing one team. It's about to be an absolute showdown on these offset times.
I'm ready for this. I think we need to get a good swig of drink, get yourself prepped, get yourself ready, but it's not done just yet. As Make-A-Wish, they've been spawned out. They're going to look to try and get some Ego Chows coming in, try and do some damage onto After Hours, but we're watching as the Blowers have been able to run in, try and push some aggressions up and early. Both players down low, a revive will come in, and somehow you stay alive for a brief amount of time. Hotel's Finest and the Blowers down to 1 player, graduating, and Ethanol. They're gonna approach each other. They're trying to go for these revives, but it's all a matter of timing. All a matter of when do you push in, when do you go and chow the last player, and at the very last second, we're seeing what I expected to happen in through the smoke. A steal from After Hours to try and take it away, but it just can't happen. Graduating at the perfect time.
Yeah, great defense there by Halto's Finest, knowing they had good position and knowing that anybody that came to take that point was going to be out in the open for free shots. Them trying to pop the smoke to give them a little bit of cover, but just wasn't enough when they had them on their sights ready to go.
Well, just when one Cash Out closes, another opens up. We're over by the bridge, the Cash Out on the bridge. It's so easy to drop this Cash Out down, bring it to the floor, and then you can play these beautiful sight lines from above and capture a lot of players. But right now, more focus is going towards Vault 4. They want to situate themselves with a bit more moolah at the end, a bit more control, but nobody contesting. Well, I say nobody. After Hours will look to slowly make their way over to C and go for a contest.
And it looks like we're going to get ourselves another offset pair of cash outs here, with C already almost halfway there. Currently, After Hours looking to take that from Make-A-Wish, but again, Make-A-Wish has positioned himself in a good situation here. Is that 3 teams there now trying to take that point?
Yes, 3 teams push their way over, as we are seeing Hotel's Finest start to push over, which means the Blowers have some free reign, but it makes sense. We know there's so much time onto the other side. Why fight it? Let's make your way over to C. Let's see what you can do. That's a tongue twister in itself, as we finally get Make-A-Wish and After Hours going for a little bit of a skirmish between each other. Lasagna will get the first pick, but the shotgun of the Cerberus from Veteran, able to find 2 to kick things off. It's a shotgun galore, as After Hours will get put to the ground, but the third party of Hotel's Finest comes in clutch and cleans them off the board. A steal will be theirs.
Yeah, shotgun after shotgun after shotgun, different variations. We're seeing people just dropping, and then again, Make-A-Wish able to just come in and get themselves a nice, easy little steal here.
Maybe not.
Maybe
No,
not.
I will be mistaken. We did see briefly the Blowers did push forward. The Blowers pushed forward to create that pressure, maybe go for a free cheeky steal, but they realized, no, pressure's too much. And now they're going to get stolen away before they can make a full return.
Yeah, we've got 4 teams here on D again. This is always carnage. The box is jumping up and down. The map is glitching out and dematerializing. There's goo and fire and explosions. And again, this is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is where things happen. And this is what makes this game so much different than anybody else. It really is. I heard someone explain this game as a movement shooter, and I couldn't agree more. That is the perfect description of this game. Just a movement shooter. Probably some of the best movement that I've seen in any first-person shooter.
Well, I tell you what, the gunfights are really starting to play off, as we already see Make-A-Wish have been wiped. They're out of this fight for the moment, but very quickly still try to come in with After Hours, but he gets locked. He can't move now. He's a sitting duck, as Wholesale's Finest does able to find the kill and say goodbye. After Hours now taken away from sight, but they have to commit to the steal. They have to commit to it, but the Blowers could cause disruption. Are they going to get it in time?
And they got it.
Pushed over. Hotel's Finest with a huge lead, time after time again. 1:30 on the board.
Wow. I mean, I don't want to say it, but from the beginning, I've had faith in Halto's Finest. I think that they just have not played the way that they know how to play, and they're really showing it today. Again, with this minigun mixed with the mesh shield, they're really able to get some of these quick steals and block out as much as they can. I believe they're rocking some goo grenades as well. So just able to set up these quick steals as quick as possible. And the DPS is, of course, there with graduating up to 12 kills right now, leading the leaderboard by double the next person.
Huge numbers to pull in. They have been frying from the very start. We are seeing one more cash out to come through. It will be on A, and guess what? Hotel's Finest has put it in. They're wanting all the moolah today. They want to bring it to the top, but it's actually After Hours the ones struggling here, tied for second, as they will drop down to third with them completely wiped. They can't push themselves up. They can't get the money to get into the fight while they're down, but we're seeing a split. All it takes is one split and boom, it can change the course of the game, as Make-A-Wish will try and go for a cheeky steal.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish falling behind the After Hours player, watching him get this ball in there and immediately coming in without hesitation to steal it, but then gets absolutely annihilated by Normalize. Hopefully his team can come in and help him defend that area, because that was a good cheeky little box to plug in there.
Well, it's a cheeky box. It will get stolen away. It's not going to happen, but it's a double steal. How have Hotel's Finest gained both? They have to prioritize one at this point. Reality is they don't need... Actually, they need to make sure they have one to guarantee their safety on first. But for a brief moment, I thought it was doable. They start to push to A, and once again, we're seeing this aggression from Hotel's Finest. They're feeling it. They're feeling pumped. Why not try and steal both? They're going for it again. Only one member of After Hours left alive, as a quick revive will allow them to come back to 2. And again, the steal being unsuccessful for now, but they're gonna take it back. How are they gonna steal both? A quick steal on the opposite side. No one's attacking it. No, they are. There is a battle on the other side, and no, I can't believe it. At the last second, it could be taken away. It doesn't.
Wow. Again, Halto's Finest basically out here saying, why not us? You know, why not us? We know that we're down there a little bit. We know that we've got some climbing to do, but they are right there now at the 5th spot. Potentially now with the first place finish there with an extra 100 points, could even take them up to the 4th place spot, saying, you know, we're here. Let's get this money, baby.
Let's get the money, baby. As that was a landslide dominance.
30 kills. 30 kills from Halto's Finest, really setting the tone here.
Wow. Absolute dominance from them. I love to see it. But again, that offset of the cash outs did massively help them out. It allowed them to go and finish off the first, quickly rotate to second, take control of that, and then rotate to the next, because the third one's already halfway through, go for those last minute steals, and then come the final point. And I would say it's cheekiness at this point. They felt confident enough that they could leave the original point. They know if they make their presence on the other side, what do the teams naturally do? Well, if 2 get wiped or 2 get pushed off, well, we're going to go to the other point, and they're relying on the other 2 teams to fight each other enough that it disrupts each other, and they can't actually make that steal to come through.
Yeah, they're playing mind games. That's really what it is. It's like, we're so confident with this point. Let's go get the other one and just throw a curveball at these guys. Are they going to come take this one? Are they going to run all the way across the map to try to take this other place that we're getting? Well, we can come take this one while we're here. It's really just the confidence in knowing that they already had the first place spot solidified, and being able to jump over and potentially take the other one there too, and racking up kills, racking up points within the bonus matches there too. Every kill that they get is 1 point towards their overall score. So when you rack up 30 kills, that feels good, especially when coming in 3rd place is 30 points itself.
Basically, you just solidified a 1st and 3rd. What else can you ask for? This is basically just going to be
a bronze medal. Yeah,
exactly. It's huge for them, but we're looking over to Skyway Stadium That's where we're going next. And I don't know about your opinion of Skyway. Not my cup of tea, but for these guys, they love it.
Yeah, I tend to fall off the map trying to do some cheeky movement stuff, thinking I'm him. But I mean, that's neither here or there. But we have Halto's Finest here moving over to the #1 here, Vault, seeing if they can hold down, get some high position here, and see who's gonna be attacking them. It looks like it's possibly Make-A-Wish on the other side of the wall here, on the other side of the buildings here. Oh, wow, Make-A-Wish with a quick kill on Brendy there. Another one, Viper, how about 2 on Lamp there? Now it's 3v1 here. They're going to look to press right now against Graduating. And again, we know Graduating can do his thing with a quick revive there. Now evening things a little bit more out to a 2v3. Let's see what they can do here, Graduating.
You need to be confident and secure when you're going for these fights, as finally the return will come in. Varian will drop to the floor, and this now makes it quite an even battle, but I just say that and the kill feed changes and it's all other way as Viper will get taken out, and just like that, in a split second, a team wipe against Make-A-Wish, and Hotel's Finest was looking a bit ugly to kick things off, but slowly came back and take the win.
To be able to keep their composure, know that it's a 1v3, get that body for a quick revive, and then basically work together like, how do we get our third guy up here and even out this fight? They're able to do that, block themselves off in that room with that goo, and then finish the fight and come out on top. Like, it really shows that the communication is there and that they're not giving up, whether it's a 3v1, a 2v1, or a 1v3. It's all day for these guys.
It really is. Last second, and finally, After Hours back into the game. They too got wiped. They started great. We've talked about how prominent they are, a top 2 team. They currently sit second, I think now first with the points that they picked up. So they are in a strong position, but they're having their ups and downs today. They're not feeling the way that they really should do, but this is where we're looking right now. It's going to be Hotel's Finest and Make-A-Wish round number 2. It was Hotel's Finest who won the first fight. Now they're going for round number 2 and trying to get the battle back on their side.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to find a cheeky little spot to get themselves on their side, but it doesn't matter because one of the Halto's Finest has now jumped in behind them and they're fighting that. Quick revive and the trade. We're down to, it looks like a 2v2 here now, a 2v1 here now for Halto's Finest, or Make-A-Wish here against Halto's Finest. Getting these quick revives is going to be key, but they're pushing them as they're trying to get that third revive, and wow, it is now a 1v1 here. Halto's Finest versus Make-A-Wish. What can happen here? Quick revive. Grandma getting Viper up really quickly now. Let's see if Brendy can pull something off here with the Cerberus.
He's gonna have a full team to back him up. It's only Viper left alive for the Make-A-Wish, and just like that, again, an opportunity where Make-A-Wish could have closed it out. They suffer, they falter, and they can't get it done. There's Viper in the feed, done and dusted. And on top of that, the Blowers been hiding in the background every game we talk about, and it's normalized. Pops up onto our screen to say hello and get things sorted. They also have cashed out, taking the lead in this game. A brilliant start for Hotel's Finest and a brilliant start for the Blowers.
I was just thinking, I think we might be sleeping a little bit on the Blowers here. They've been going under the radar for this whole day here now. They're really just keeping themselves in, not coming in last, but they're kind of sticking in the second and third place category. I don't think that there's that, again, with Normalize and the skill that he has, it's somebody to be watched for sure. I think Normalize is definitely one of their top players when it comes to DPS.
Absolutely. He just fries every time we see him. There's, I almost guarantee he has always 6 kills and above under his name. So keep an eye, because he will fry. That's not exactly where you throw the vault. It's supposed to go inland, not off the land.
Right. The bank is open. Let's cash out.
I don't know if off the map is the way forward, but quickly in the feed, we're already seeing that the Helter's Finest and After Hours getting wiped. So this creates the opening for Make-A-Wish and the Blowers to take control of these vaults and get the cash out in. We've got one over by Construction, the other by the, I believe that's the hospital. And this is They're still fairly close, these points, so we could see quick rotations, a push that is unsuccessful, quick revives, or a coin that goes through, and you could see teams go from one site to the other all too quickly. So that's something to be mindful of when these guys start their attacks.
Something about Make-A-Wish and the Halto's Finest battle here has been really entertaining to watch. Obviously, the back and forth and the quick revives and whatnot, but Make-A-Wish is so good at finding position and holding their point. So I think that they have a bit of an upper hand here, but let's see if Halto's Finest can't get a little cheeky up top attack here, trying to close in from the top, potentially get some headshots.
Usually you play underneath, you try and demap below, but there's the initial engagement. You go for the tap, and now you jump it really high. That bounce pad almost made it push it off the map as they finally make those close quarter engagements. The minigun frying, doing some damage as Grandma will find one, but Brendy and Lamp will trade off. Now you're down left with Viper, who's had to clutch up time and time again to stay alive. The steal has to come through at some point, but no, they found Viper. Viper over-aggressed, gave his position away, but the coins have come through. And Varian and Grandma are now in this game, but we're not going to see a push just yet as they reset themselves before they push one more time.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish here has one chance to get themselves in here, just waiting for his teammates, hopefully, to get a better position. Who knows what Halto's Finest is going to do here? Maybe just drop the cash when they come to steal it. There's still quite a bit of time left here, so it's going to be a gunfight before any stealing happens.
Absolutely. About 30 seconds left on this vault. Still plenty of time to play with, plenty of time to get those kills to come out as the initial drop in, the splat by the RPG is going to find a huge damage onto Brendy and Lamp as they are down to half health. But the drop and the progression, but the minigun just continues to fry, and it does all the damage it needs to as the Halto's Finest can maintain that control. They will get the cash out, and at last second in the background, After Hours make the steal, and this is a tight game for second.
Wow, I did not see that coming. Second place now, 1,000 points or $1,000 in between. With that quick steal there, I did not expect that. I did not see that coming. I thought they were going to be able to hold that pretty quickly. But again, something special about this movement with this heavy class. It's pretty moving like a light class right now. Lamp here with this machine gun heavy class moving like crazy.
Oh yeah, when you know how to move, it is fine. Even if you're running a heavy, you can still dance around enough to get it done. But it's going to be the final time we see these vaults open. The question is, do you chuck it all in one place and take that risk? Or do you separate them knowing that even in second, third, and potentially fourth, you can make a win here. You can bring up some big money, but a lot of focus will be going to A, as we can see. Mad, I love the movement he pulls off. I think every time we spotted Mad, he's always B-hopping, bouncing, and just making the map his own little bunny ground.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they might be doing a double cash out here on A. Just looking to see what's happening to B right now. Oh, they split both. They split both up, so it's going to be a big battle on both sides. With A just a little bit farther than B, they're pretty close as cash outs go. Just a quick jump over to the other side, and you're already at the next cash out. So seeing what happens to the outcome here on A, you could possibly see that third party over there to B really quickly. Now, it's really close timing, but there is enough to try to get over there and cause some help.
Finally, a different battle. It's not going to be Halto's Finest versus Make-A-Wish. It's Make-A-Wish versus After Hours. As 9 seconds of regulation time will fly through. And ladies and gentlemen, the last final minute of the game starts to commence. Let's bring hell amongst the finals.
Let's go. AHS here, After Hours, looking to defend against Make-A-Wish here. Make-A-Wish trying to get some sort of top level here, maybe try to shoot down on there, shoot some heads, blow out the base here, see what they can do to position things up. Looks like they're going in for the cheeky steal. I don't know if he maybe has a dome shield or not, but he's just going to go and help defending his body blocking. They drop the cash out. The shotguns are firing. The Cerberus is lighting people up. That's 2 down.
Someone called for a doctor?
Varian looking for that third guy. He's got no health left. Lots of time left on the cash out, so we're looking for that third and final Universe Slayer, now currently leading the board with 11 kills. So not someone to be messed with, but with the mesh shield up, they could easily take this. There goes Universe Slayer down, but his teammates were able to coin in quickly. I don't think they have enough time to come get this cash out, though.
They don't. No time left. 5 seconds on the clock. It's guaranteed for Hollow's Finest. A second game where they take the win. But in doing so, it's going to be Make-A-Wish who jump up at the last second and put themselves into second place.
Wow. Again, look at Halto's Finest doing the things that they said that they were going to do in these last couple tournaments. Really showing up today and making me feel proud as a caster. I did my homework just a little bit on some of these teams, and that was one of the teams that stuck out to me. Them and as well as Scallywags, but I think that's just because I'm a little bit of a Belize stan, so that's on me.
There's nothing wrong with believing in somebody, for sure.
That's right.
But Haltel's Finest, that will be a huge jump. 2 victories, one of them with 30 kills. This one, not as impressive in terms of the kills. A lot of fighting did ensue against Make-A-Wish, and to be honest, we watched so much of these top two that we can see of Halto's Finest and Make-A-Wish. I kind of am happy that they took first and second, but the biggest disappointment, and it's kind of big to say, is After Hours. We expected them to be top 2 guaranteed every single time, but a lot of clumsy mistakes, a lot of ego challenge that critically lost them these fights, and realistically that's going to cost them in their chance to break into the top 2 here.
Absolutely. I think it's something to note too when you look at the scoreboard. The top 2 teams there, both teams very, very even in everybody's kills. Everybody has 5 kills, 8 kills, 7 kills, all in the same area. When you look at the other 2 teams, the pink and the red team there, 11 kills and 10 kills. Otherwise, not much really going on. They're kind of just like a one-sided, like a one-way street there with some of these guys really trying to have to pull weight when having everybody else kind of advocate for them and try to get things done with them. It's not really working out. You can really see that these other top 2 teams, Halto's Finest, they're working together as a team. I said before, I think their comms are going to be the difference maker in this whole thing now. And with After Hours now solely in second place, pulling a little bit away from Halto's Finest, but not too far away here. And again, Brick still holding that number 1 spot yet to play today.
Yeah, and I believe that is going to be all 4 matches for Group A done and dusted. So, can we producers, can we get a little peek at the leaderboard, if that would be so kind of you? So that will definitely put themselves in a huge jump up. There it is, After Hours jumping up, closing the gap to Bricked. But remember, Bricked is going to play. So this is a provisional scoreboard. Of course, it's gonna get reshuffled once again as we go for a second round for today. As you see, Blower's getting a couple more points as well. And yeah, Bricked will continue to extend that lead. After Hours doing a great job. Haltel's Finest again jumping in front of Deer, which is critical. But again, Deer with now, I believe they're going to have their full squad, not a substitute in play. This is where they really step up, and this is where we're going to see some damage coming from them.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks volumes for Bricked that they're still at the top of the leaderboard and have yet to play in their group today. And they're in a tough group. They have 200 milliseconds, Ape Squad, and Dit. So like this is not to bat your eyes. It's not to say that they're not going to get the points, but we're about to see some of the top tier finals players right now, and I could not be more excited.
I am very excited, but while we set up the next lobby, let's hop over to a short break as we will be battling it out for Group B. Remember, we got a few of these today, and the finals is far from over. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
This isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle, and welcome to Ape Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on Ape Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/ApeSquadOrg.
It's showtime!
The real world can be unfriendly, misleading, confusing. But your world doesn't have to be. Reality Shield will protect you, cutting out the noise, making the world perfect. We do not censor. We cultivate. Engimo.
In the world of sports, every second counts. Every move matters. That's where a Spooze comes in, the sports beverage designed for champions. With a Spooze, it's simple as pop, pour, perform. Packed with electrolytes and essential nutrients to keep you hydrated and energized, Spooze is your go-to drink for peak performance. Whether you're just carrying the vault or securing the winning cash out, Spooze is there to fuel your victory. Its unique formula is scientifically designed to boost your stamina and focus. Spooze, for those who dare to excel. Pop, pour, perform.
The stars. Distant. Watching. When will they arrive? Will your family be disintegrated first or last? Will your family dog become their leader? With Holtau's alien invasion insurance, you don't have to worry. Alto, we got your back.
That strange thought you just had, where did it come from? And was it even yours? Our new Series 2000 effectively suppresses third-party influence and eccentricity, outperforming our competitors within the standard deviation of conformity. With the Series 2000, your mind stays in control. Via. We as one.
The life giver. The sun. Always on. The source of everything that is good. But can it be trusted? Holtau's Sun Insurance will have you covered if the unimaginable happens and the light goes out. Holtau, brighter than ever.
You know, June, every time I think I've seen it all, the finals proves me wrong. What a play!
That's one for the highlight reel, Scotty.
The next chapter in this epic saga is about to unfold. A storm of epic clashes is brewing this season of the finals!
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Group B, baby. We're at 2 of the 3 matches, or 2 of the 3 groups we'll have today. And again, another 4 games ahead of us, and we will start each one with Seoul under construction. I'm still joined by the man who has the greatest shirt of all time right now, and still dreaming that 1966 will come a dream once again. But when that happens, you know, us Canadians, well, I say us Canadians, that Canadian and a fellow Brit who lives in the same area hopes to happen. Parks, been a battle to kick things off.
Yeah.
We've got a fourth party cash out, Dark Horse, Only Legends, and Scallywags. What are we thinking this time round?
I am very, very excited. I think the biggest thing, and I've said this before, Scallywags kind of joining in a little bit later on the bottom of the list here, number 11. I think that they are, well, the dark horse into this. Not so much dark horse, who they are also playing. We have fourth party Cashbox, who I actually didn't do too much research about, but I do know that Oni Legends is going to be someone to be watched here. I think that we might get something from Scallywags. I don't know if they've locked in as a team or have any gameplay together as a team like individually, but I think that we're going to get some good gameplay out of those guys in Group B here of Pro Hubs.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are the team that's made the biggest change. They have put in Basil and Salvo onto their roster. They came through on qualifiers to get themselves in. And Scallywags, you know, if you put Ardy in the casting chair with us, he will go Scallywags, yay, and be all about it. But they haven't shown up the way that they wanted, especially when I was casting. It was a little disappointing, a little lackluster, and I felt they were quite overwhelmed when they were playing. Meanwhile, fourth party Cashbox, well, they did what their name says very often. They had that ability to quickly jump in at the bitter last second, come alive, and then finally Dark Horse. Well, they're down low, but realistically, a strong squad that can show up when they need to. They come alive, they take control of the map, but Only Legends is the biggest question mark, and that's the team I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, Oni Legends. I was looking through some of that, and I noticed that they had Unfortunate in their reserves there just in case. And I've seen Unfortunate play. He's absolutely skilled. So to have that on your bench, ready to whip out if it need be, I mean, let's go, right? That's something, again, like you said, to be watched. I also did not realize that Salvo was actually playing with Scallywags and Belize and Gremlin there. So that's gonna be again somebody to be watching there, Scallywags.
I'm looking forward to it as we're jumping into the first map straight away. Let's get this show on the road. We're here with Seoul Construction. And it looks to be the first team's going to be fighting each other is going to be Oni, and it looks to be fourth party going to be looking to fight each other over by the mall side, and then of course Dark Horses and Scallywags battling it out over by, well, just on the edge of Hospital.
Yeah, we've got Apo's POV here for the Oni Legends, looking to possibly get along with that zip line there. He's got eyes on the vault, maybe even teleporting over to their fourth party cash box. Might be making a move towards the vault, but again, they've got eyes towards that, and Apo makes a move with the teleporter, snatches the vault, and he is now moving towards A. In the blink of an eye, I looked one way, and the cash box was there. I looked back, and it was in the cash out. Apo with the moves there.
Brilliant way to kick things off. That's exactly what you need to do. Take steal, get it in. Normally you would fight it out, go for the chows, go for those wins, and then put it in, but no. No time to waste. Let's create that early offset. Let's try and make it into our map 3 that we had last time when we were on on Sis Horizon. As already Crane coming down from above as the minigun starts to its way into the point, get the damage done, but it just can't come through. And Oni Legends down to Pure to stay alive as he gets wiped. And very, very quickly, Scallywags. This is more like the guys we've seen.
Yeah, this is the Scallywags we know and love. This is what we were waiting for. I think that they're going to pull out pretty nicely here. They're going to look to possibly take A here, but they know that that Dark Horse is right there with B, potentially fighting actually fourth party cash box at A right now, and they just got wiped. They just got wiped by fourth party cash box, who is now currently fighting Oni Legends, who no, Oni Legends is on their way as fourth party takes that A cash box, and now it's a battle for A.
It's a decent offset, enough to make a double still if the teams want to bring it through, because right now fourth party does have control of that A to note, sort of B to note. I'm getting all my letters and numbers mixed up. We're looking on A. They have A. And yeah, this is the chaos and craziness that comes with it. But you could see how Oni, they've been wiped once. They want to push back up to this point. They haven't got the control just yet. They know the steal right now is not favorable. They need just that little bit more control. So a drop down, a DMAT, but unfortunately didn't realize the jump pad was there.
Yeah, that jump pad being there is going to cause some mayhem. We see Apo here with the XP, but unable to finish that. Now down to a 2v2, but the cash out too quickly finished and unable to get a steal there for Oni Legends.
Fourth party claiming the first cash out. There is one last attempt of a steal onto the other side of Dark Horse, and Scallywags are trying to fight their way. Scallywags just can't get it done.
Wow,
it was body after body blocking their way, but it wasn't enough. So an early advantage for the Dark Horses as well. All purple and red in the feed. And I'd say pretty, like, honestly, in terms of fighting, pretty even from all teams.
Everything seems pretty even right now. Again, we're still so early into this match. Looking for that second cash out and seeing where things are going. Potentially looks like Oni Legends versus Dark Horse. Dark Horse moving down the glass wall there. Looking to pop some shots that the already claimed fourth vault there by Oni. With the RPG there, Cobra coming in with RPG and no health, but gets absolutely annihilated by the submachine gun of Apo there. The XP, he's something crazy with his movement along with that XP. Apo's someone to watch there. He can hit his shots.
Oni, again, losing a lot of players early on as Apo is left alive. He will get that 1,000 though. He will get, the extra 1,005 for putting in the cash out. So that's gonna come in handy here. But now comes that waiting. You have to now wait for your rest of your team to coin in, get back to the point. Thankfully though, a lot of attention's looking at C as the rest of the teams fight over what is in control by the fourth party cash box.
Yeah, it looks like fourth party cash box is getting a taste of their own medicine here. Now getting third partied here by all teams and leaving Oni Legends over there for a freebie. So that kind of, again, we saw Apo with his movement ability twice now going and snatch the cash out underneath the noses of the opposing team, and giving them the cash out and able to hold this with no pressure at all. That's a W Apo in my books.
I'll tell you what's an extra W. Scallywags out of the game for the moment. 18 seconds before they have to revive back in, and very quickly Dark Horses made that push, made that aggression. But again, fourth party, our stronger squad, able to push the Dark Horses back into the corner and not losing a single player. Matter of fact, Brutal Logic hasn't died once in this game, so he is absolutely frying right now.
Yeah, Brutal Logic with the heavy class. He's got his shield and he's got his minigun. He's 8-0 and he's got nothing but up to go. This guy's an absolute savage. Every time he sees someone, he just immediately unloads all the bullets here. As right now we watch Brutal Logic defending the cash out with an absolute mayhem of bullets in there, but not enough time for anybody to come take that from the fourth party cash box, and they're going to take that and solidify their spot in first place above the rest of the ladder by quite a lot.
Huge advantage will push them a great deal ahead, looking into that third cash out scenario. But is there an opportunity to go for one last steal? There is quite quick push, but going in. Oni Legends, they've held this throughout the entire time. Finally, they will be rewarded for their sneaky plays early on. They honestly quite an easy cash out for themselves. Nothing overly spectacular. I'm not gonna gas them up over that play because they had full control. They had so much time to lock it down. If they had lost that, I would have criticized them a lot.
Yeah, that's one of those lose-lose situations. If you lose that situation, you're gonna look bad. If you win that situation, you're not getting any kudos because they were on the rush over there with very little time left to come take that cash out. Currently, right now, seeing what they're gonna move towards, looks like they might move towards Dark Horse right now, who currently holds the A, and I think is actually fighting with Fourth Party as we speak.
Fourth Party, they're currently retreating out of it. It can be a little hard at times, but thanks to Embark, we do have the overheads there as we can see Apo. Again, I swear this guy's name keeps going into my vocabulary, and I will say it out loud, but he's just sponging away around the corner. He's going to get the shield. They're going to be able to get the steal off, and that's huge. Why not try and take the entire lead as we have a pause in the game?
That's all right. Maybe somebody disconnected. Yeah, it looked like Aerok disconnected. But that's okay. Speaking of Apo, again, even as much as that last hold there was an easier hold with all the pressure that they had, Apo was able to get in there and get an immediate double kill. And again, we see him working the payload here, being the one that captures it, even with the shield. Just really kind of being the heart of the team here, leading the team in kills, but I think more or less just being able to lead the team in every aspect of the game, and they're working with him as the speedy light class that he is.
Oh yeah, 100%, and it goes to show that this Only Legends team, I thought off the bat it was like, oh no, not going to be so good, they're not winning these gunfights, but realistically, when they're grouped up the way that they're running, and they're playing tight groups, which does have its disadvantages. We do see when the heavies pull out the RPG, that splat can really be damaging, but they are just picking one by one by one. They're not trying to be tactical and play fancy games where they're going for individual gunfights. They're sticking together. Apo, again, leading the charge, leading their way forward. The one, again, Scallywags, some ego challenge once again. We're seeing them over-aggressing, over-attacking in a lot of situations, and that's why they're down with only 3,500. Matter of fact, their deaths are bigger than their kills, and that's not a good confident position to be in.
No, not at all. And again, I think when it comes down to these fights, you kind of realize that every team other than Fourth Party Cashbox, who is currently in 6th, is all in the bottom half of this bracket. So really, like, they know they need to put the work in and maybe be a little bit more safe in their fights and win these fights instead of being flashy, like you had mentioned, just playing raw together type first-person shooting. It seems to be working out for them.
Well, as we continue with the break, we are just waiting for Aerok to get back in the game, and thank you, Embark, for this feature. We first learned it when I accidentally tapped pause a couple of times, and everyone went, "The server lagged," and I was like, no, I pressed it. So thank you. This is actually such a handy tool to make sure the player can get back in, so Dark Horses aren't playing the last crucial point of the game with their hand behind their back. Oh, observers, you're treating us. Absolutely treating us.
Yeah, absolutely. Production doing an amazing job, and forever figuring things out, whether it be on accident or just through trial and error. This does look great. The ability to pause this, I don't know how long they have. Is it just basically until they come back, or how does that work out?
We have essentially production now have full control. We could, if we want, resume the game. We could have them frying and moving. And I tell you what, it's been unpaused. I think a call has been made to keep on going as they continue to fight in the game.
Absolutely. Let's lock in. Seems like Aerok has not been able to join in, so they're going to be down a player that is the Dark Horse there. Currently sitting in 3rd place with Fourth Party Cashbox leading the way here. Again, we see Kip laying down the pepper right now with that minigun. Looking for a possible steal here, but there's no other teammates for him to help him out. He's going to get taken out if he does give that a try.
Well, it's going to be a team wipe once again for the Scallywags. They do have a stacked position. And right now, if it's too much contesting, Scallywags could get lucky and take it back. But the respawns will start to come in Right now, it looks to be Oni Legends closest to this point, but right with everybody dash around, there's no way in hell anyone wants to touch it just yet. But with the last 15 seconds, you have to make that push. It's going to be fourth party to go in, solidify their win, try and get full control. But look at the Scallywags. They've come back to play. Wally has come and saved the day. And from the grave, they take the win. They have made the ultimate comeback.
Wow, that's the Scallywags for you. And Wally absolutely showing up there with a double kill and the revive, keeping them alive and being able to defend that point like an absolute champion. That was good movement there.
Absolutely amazing, and it can go to the bittersweet end this game. It could be the last second that can bring everything back, because again, we talked about the statistics just before we resumed the game, and we saw that, and you could see on your but we briefly saw on our screens that the kill to death ratio for the Scallywag squad. I'll just break it down to you. Boozle 3 to 7, Gremlin 2 to 8. Wally, he breaks even 7 to 7, and that's elimination to death. I'm doing in order. So it's not positive statistics, but it all comes down to those right place, right time, and perfect steals.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of what Appa was doing there, just trying to be in the right place at the right time, sneaking in there in between gunfights and trying to get that cash out or the vault to the cash out as soon as possible. But again, the gunplay of some of these other players, it seems to be so evenly matched, and that's why you're not really seeing these guys squeak out and have these 15 kill games. Like, it really is the evenly matched competition. Everybody being so close in the top 12 here in the lower bracket. Other than fourth party Cashbox, who is again still trying to climb their way out of sixth. I think we're going to keep seeing like really close matches like this. I think something a little spectacular is going to come out of this. Again, with the Scallywags being who they are, I think that they're somebody to be watching. I think they might move their way up into at least top 6, top 5 here towards the end of this.
But there is potential if they keep playing I'd say if they keep playing the way they are, realistically they did get a little lucky at the end. They had timing that did go into their favor. Being wiped quite early on when you have possession of the vault does not help. So you want to be alive at all times. So there's positives and there's negatives in the way they play. But realistically, if they're going to get top 6, I would personally say they've got to be upping those kills. They've got to have more in the kill feed, because every little point does massively matter on their side. And well, let's change things up just a little bit, as we're not going to go to Monaco. We're going to Fortune Stadium.
Fortune Stadium. Oh, this is a beautiful map. I loved when I first played this map. It's just so bright, vibrant, looks great. And again, just be able to destroy everything in your path is always such a satisfying feeling.
Yeah, but it's just the finals motto: destroy everything and hope for the best, right?
I love it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just destroying everything in your path. Sledgehammer, just doing some renovations everywhere you go.
I think if you're not doing renovations, we have problems. But I tell you what is not a problem. We're going to have a double fight, 2 for 2. And it's going to be fourth party Cash Out versus the Oni Legends, and Dark Horses versus Scallywags. And where have we heard that before? Oh, yeah, that happened on the first map. Same square-ups and matchups for both sides, except one looking to play into the center of the map, while the other, well, they're going to go to what is called Sector 6 by the official team, aka the world annoying site, you have to bounce over to it.
Yeah, and that gives you, when you have to bounce over to that, you're just a sitting duck in the air, and you can make some real nice shots taking someone's head off in midair. There's nothing more satisfying than that, so they'll be looking for that, or even just defending this point. There's really nothing for you to be worried about at your back. Other than that window outside there. So it really is, it's a pretty key defensive area to work with.
We're seeing early put in from Oni Legends. Only then a couple of seconds later are we seeing Scallywags putting in the second. So Scallywags will have possession of, I said, it's known as Sector 6, which is this lovely open bounce pad area. We're going to come up with a better name. We have to. Waltz, me and you, we'll work on it.
It's Sector 6 for now, I guess. We'll rock with that. As we see right now, fourth party Cashbox with the RPG taking out taking out one of the Oni legends there. Apo. Look at me a 3v2 right now. Possibly going for a quick steal, or at least using that to bait. No, they're going for the steal as Oni Legends makes a move. It blows up from underneath, but he's still trying to capture it. We're seeing the bullet spray and the pepper spray. That's 2 down from Oni Legends. It looks like it might be over for them.
It's done and dusted for the Oni Legends as they only have Apo left alive, and he's not going to aggress a full team. He knows all too well that is not a smart move. So instead, wait patiently, allow his team to coin in, and in doing so, we are seeing a lot of coin being used as they quickly get back into this game. But realistically, let's have a brief gander over to the 4th party cash out, which is where we are right now. And Oni Legends, they're going to re-aggress, they're going to go for another chow, try and drop back down underneath, but in doing so, caught in a trap and can't get their way out. A quick steal, Apo tries to take it away, but being unlike, there's not a lot of health you have there. The minigun starts to fry.
Yeah, when you start hearing that minigun hum, you better run.
Oh, it's a great sound. It's a great sound when you hear a
yeah.
All I picture in my head is just someone shouting, AC-130 above!
Old Call of Duty days. Calling kill streaks.
Good old days. The best time of Call of Duty. I kind of wish I was casting back then.
The chopper gunner times.
Well, round 1 is completed. We're seeing Scallywags being successful to kick things off. A better start than they did on Soul. But it's second vault time. With halfway through the match we have completed, nobody really gaining an advantage off the get-go. Again, we're going to see we're seeing control from Oni Legends as they will start to open up 4. But 3's on the move, and it looks like that is going to go to C if they can get past the Dark Horses.
Yeah, if Scallywags can get past these Dark Horses, it'll be an open shot for them, but they've got a little battle ahead of them. Dark Horses currently need to step some things up. They only have $500 and have 1 kill altogether as a team, so that they got to step things up. And honestly, it looks like they might be doing all right, but no, it gets absolutely eliminated. Actually able to turn things around on Scallywags and take that vault from them. That's my bet, actually.
Scallywags down in the dirt and vault in. So going from 500 to 5,000. I don't know what bank they're using, but that is a huge investment. Can we, can I be part of that bank? I just dropped my bank account to 0 after selling my car.
Oh, no.
Negative equity, ladies and gents. Don't do it.
Depreciating value.
Yeah, it's the story of my life. The story of my life, depreciating value.
We currently have, yeah.
I don't know if you just saw in the background, Scallywags and Oni Legend right next to each other, and somehow Scallywags got out of that without taking too much damage. But in doing so, you've just given the Vault controllers a huge advantage to get most of the time cooked up.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been sitting there watching them fight, almost like enjoying the view right now. Currently seeing Dark Horse make a move towards, Scallywags make a move towards Dark Horse to see if they can't get cash out B here. No third parties on the way, so it's going to be a clean fight here. Currently, Dark Horse holding the top position.
Quick teleport in. It's gonna be a little trap, but don't worry, it's all good. As Boozle will say thank you very much. Get that kill, get it sorted, as it will lead to only 1 left alive. A steal coming in, as the rest of the Scallywags will come through. A quick push in, as that will be Cobra getting aggressive. Now Sparrow left alive, as Eric will get quickly revived. I don't think the aggression will be enough. They really want Cobra back in this game. With the final 10 seconds on the clock for both of these cash outs, this looks to be a done deal for both teams.
Yeah, that quick, very ballsy cash out grab there by Belize. But he knew as a heavy, he's got the health. He can take a couple shots there. He'll put his dome shield up, and we'll see what we can do right now. Currently has the RPG, knowing that he's going to get this point. Let's look for some kills, possibly, as they go and wipe two members of Dark Horse. 1 more waiting in the other room. Let's see if they can find them, get the team wipe, and move on with their lives.
Well, 2 minutes coming down onto the clock. 100% we're getting one more round of cash outs. This is where the table turns, because once you factored in all the money for putting in the vault and opening the vault, you've got 18,000 to really change the game. Is okay, straight. Get that Cerberus out and let's start getting some sprays going as the blood, as the fire-breathing shotgun does its beautiful job.
Yeah, it looks like Oni Legends or Dark Horse may have to do a double cash out here to be able to take that first place spot, or even touch the second place, with both of those only being 6,000 apart at 30K apiece. The other teams only having 8. It's gonna have to be a double cash out for them to do anything with it. With an explosion there for the C4, absolutely crazy. It's gonna be chaos here. Looking for the other team to possibly bring the other vault, but Oni Legends gets wiped by Scallywags, who currently holds the cash out right now. They don't need the second loadout or the second vault, but it's on its way right now with another $22,000.
Dark Horses will make that still, but a quick point. Oni Legends, they were throwing it in and lost it at the last second. Talking about losing it at last second, Dark Horses will take it away as the fight will endure. We see Wally will get taken down. So does Cobra. So down to a 2v2 onto this fight, which is a critical fight to have, especially if you're Dark Horses. You're guaranteed to jump yourself into third at this current point in time. But the last 30 seconds are slowly coming through, and that is 30 seconds to whether you want to split or stack this point. But right now, Scallywags back away. They know they don't need to fight this. They know second is guaranteed right now. Their objective is keeping the other vault away.
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're trying to fight for a third place spot just to even get themselves a quick 30 points, along with accumulate some kills. Every kill matters for another point. Depending on what they do with this other cash out, it doesn't matter. It looks like it's going to have to be a double. But these guys are fighting over that cash out, possibly just for kills and defending it.
Well, if they get one more kill, one more limb, just like that, they jump ahead. Now they, Scallywags, without doing too much work, have pushed themselves into first. Yes. And the Oni Legends have critically lost this point. They've lost that opportunity to double stack and give them a chance to win this game. So, if your fourth party cash out, you know for sure second place is secured. So does Scallywag. So it's a battle of fighting. You've got to press. You've got to go for those little points. Go for those one kills, because that could be the make or break for a huge amount of differences. But no, it's going to be an aggression. Fourth party cash out, going for the steal. Can they lock it down? Can they get it sorted? But no, it's Dark Horses says no. But it's gone through. How have fourth party pulled that off?
What happened there? Fourth party cash out, absolutely putting in work there. That was wild.
Absolutely wild. Huge play from both sides. And especially, look at the way, let's pull up the stats. Let's pull up the stats here. Scallywags realistically had this game on lock. They definitely listened. We said that they needed more kills. They needed to step up their game to really start making a dent in this leaderboard. And they're clearly shown as they're putting themselves 23 kills between them, plus a second place finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, with those last second kills there, it jumped them up into first place over fourth party cash box. If fourth party didn't go and get that last second cash box there, it would have been Scallywags taking that first place spot, knowing they had to get more kills, knowing like, let's build this money up, and apparently listening to you, Hyper, saying that we need to up these numbers up here, these elims.
Yeah, you need to get those gains going in. Something that
no XP waste.
I'm lacking here. There's nothing here. It's just not gonna happen. But nonetheless, the biggest losers here is I'd probably say Oni, because as much as yes they did get third, there were so many occasions they had control of the cash out. They were getting the vaults, they were opening things up, but it was those one-on-one engagements where they were losing out in these fights. They lose that one player, and it does feel they are heavily relying on Apo to carry this team. And it's all well and good when you got a star-studded player like that, but you do need the other two to really back up to support you, because the medium is your healer. The medium is the one who's going to create these quick open and closes if you got the DMAT, and then your heavy is your damage and shield support. You've got to be having these people around, and that's where they're lacking. We're not seeing it enough from them.
Yeah, you can definitely tell we were definitely saying Apo's name quite often there, and again, it just seemed like he had a real heavy backpack there with his teammates trying to carry them around, and with them being in that 11th, 12th place area, it was a first place for them or really nothing. They needed first place in kills. They need nothing but first place in kills, and that goes for Scallywags and that goes for Dark Horse and all the other guys too. But I think we expected a little bit more out of Oni with that star-studded roster that they have.
Well, we're gonna move on, and we're heading to Brazil. Oh wait, no,
Brazil.
sorry, Mexico. Sorry, Brunel is Mexico. I don't know. For some reason, I thought Brazil, but no, we're heading to the place where the bike is speedy and the food is delicioso. It is Brunel, and a lot of people, and I point it out time and time again, a lot of people hated Brunel. Pros were like, no, terrible map, don't do it, don't do it. But the more and more these guys play it, the more they realize, yes, you don't play vertically, but the horizontal plays is where it truly is.
Yeah, map knowledge again. Anytime there's a new map or anytime a new game comes out, you tend to just kind of hate on it a little bit, and then it rubs off on you because it's in the cycle. You're like, okay, I've played this, I've gotten a couple kills in this spot, maybe I'll migrate towards this spot. It'll definitely rub off on you, and that's something that this map has definitely done for me. Because I agree with them. I wasn't feeling it in the beginning, but I tend to have played it a couple times, and I actually do kind of enjoy it now.
You're kind of forced to do it, unlike unlike our Japanese map, that Kyoto.
The Kyoto.
Yeah, everyone seems to hate it, but again, if we bring our lovely caster Artie, have a chat with him. The one thing I'll say, have a chat. He will back bringing this in. I think Walt is the same. He's probably going to message me down going, no, I disagree. But I know both of them do love a Kyoto, but it's too big. We are not having it in the map. But this is the largest map on rotation. And I tell you what, it tickles everyone's fancy in the right way, as once again we're getting some engagements going down. Only Legends down to, guess who? Apo left alive before he gets wiped.
Yeah, again, like you were saying, Burnout is very much like playing horizontally. It has so many different levels and different areas to hide behind, and not everything looks the same like something like Assist Horizon, right? It's its own little area. It is like you're in a Mexico and you're in a town there. It almost feels like a Call of Duty map, but again with the destruction and the amazing movement that we have in the finals, we get to see some spectacular action in this map.
Well, with the team wipe early on from Oni Legends, it has allowed early cash outs to be placed. We are seeing, of course, fourth party cash box getting that first box in. Dark Horses trying to fight it, trying to take it away, but realistically, Scallywags again getting an early cash out in progress. And I feel like a broken record every time I say their names and how much they have improved.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fourth party Cashbox here, definitely a team that I was unsure of in the beginning, but they've proven themselves to be something. Looks like they're going to try to make a move here. Caffeine's got his XP54 out right behind this pink player here. I thought he was going to grab him there. Flashbang and the invisibility. And lacing, good shots here by Caffeine, but unable to finish there as he got caught on fire and finished with the Cerberus. Not something you want to be messing in with close range as the Cerberus.
It's definitely not. When you get close quarters, don't touch the Cerberus. It doesn't do well. And how in the hell did Eric stay alive in that final bittersweet section, as it will be a team wipe against the Oni Legends as they again falter for the second time in map 3. It's not a great start for them, and it's not going to be any easier from here onwards as Cafino dancing around. We do see the dash and how powerful it can be, but again, Eric getting that shotgun done and dusted.
Yeah, after Eric disconnected there, he kind of felt, I gotta prove to my team that I'm here for a reason. And he, even towards the end of the last match, he's been doing what he needs to do. Again, Cobra's out here with his minigun, playing his game. But you see Aerok all over the kill feed with that Cerberus, just in people's faces, igniting people. And he's proven that he's supposed to be here, disconnection or not.
Absolutely, he definitely does. As they continue, first rounds have gone through as of now. There we go, and we're about to hit the halfway mark of this game. Remember, this game's about 10 minutes long, and then, of course, a 1 minute additional overtime if needed. But critically, again and again and again, Apo left alive. We'll get the trade, but
that's tough.
I can't keep saying you can't rely on one player to carry the entire team.
Apo's back is hurting right now. Someone get this man a wheelchair. I got an extra wheelchair for him because he is hurting right now with that backpack.
Makes it worse the fact you actually asked him to get a wheelchair. That is even more insulting, man. Oh my. Oh well, life goes on. They have to pick themselves up and keep going. But we're seeing the cathedral, cathedral, chapel, whatever you want to call it. May the Lord give mercy to anybody who steps in, because right now it's on Dark Horse control.
This one always seems to get dropped from the bottom and into the actual cathedral itself, and it's just mayhem. Oh,
we're seeing
like
Gremlin.
We have, another DC.
Yeah, Gremlin has dropped this time from the Scallywag side, and yeah, my biggest problem. I tell you what, Scallywags again, brilliant, doing well. Fourth Party has a great start. They open things up really well, but I am seeing time and time again they're losing out too quickly.
Yeah, they are. It's almost as if they think they're good to go, and then this being the finals, like one quick pick would change the whole game up. And different angles, that's what I think these teams are really good at doing, is finding different angles, allowing their light players to get into action. As we continue to get into action right now with Oni Legends versus Fourth Party, for Cash Out C, seems like we have one down from Scallywags, which is coming in for a third party.
Yeah, it will be Gremlin. Remember, he DC'd from the map.
Oh, yes.
And he will have to come back in through a coin, which is brutal to say, or a team wipe. So it doesn't help them, but I tell you what, they're just on the sidelines. They know they can place it with two players and still do a decent amount of damage. Meanwhile, Oni Legends, Apo has fallen this time. So it's down to the two supports to try and pull something off. Instead, they're going to make that rotation over to D, where they realize no one's really contesting Dark Horse in this chapel.
No, yeah, Dark Horse is it seems to be living on a prayer here and not having to worry about it. Just popping shots over at Scallywags, looking for some easy kills there. Yeah, everybody's fighting for C. Scallywags will probably try to find a way up to D, potentially, maybe try to get that spot from them and let these two other teams fight it out. As we see, Scallywags gets wiped, one player left on Dark Horse, so potential quick and easy cash out steal for Oni, but it gets dropped here on D, and the minigun gets whipped out.
Oh, the lock putting it in play, and that's allowed a lot of time, and the late tactic from Dark Horse is working beautifully. They can't seem to get themselves onto point, but they will get pushed back. Aerok left alive. He has two options, survive or push. He goes for the push. He makes a deny. How do you deny perfectly?
Wow, Aerok with the play again and again. Ever since being disconnected, he came in here with a fire under his ass, and he said, you know what? I got something to prove here. Every time I look at the kill feed, it is Aerok with his shotgun putting in work. And again, they're saving that cash out and allowing these guys to stay in the game. Now at the top of the leaderboard with $29,000.
That is clip worthy to come in last second and just basically you could have ruled that out. The two options were, as I said, back away, call it a day. You know, you've lost it, fair play. But instead, they're going up against three. One of them's holding the shield, so technically it's a two-person push. But he gets the right person and creates enough of a delay that the steal can't come through. It's the perfect upset.
It's just he had one mission, and it was to stop the one guy, and he followed that mission through and through, didn't care about anything else around him, and it just disrupted the whole thing. And knowing that he had such little time left, it really made for an amazing, like you said, very clippable play. As we see Airrock here again with the Cerberus, absolutely lighting people up. That's 2 down now, but unable to finish the trio, as it's mayhem right now with the minigun wept out. And we have Scallywags, getting absolutely manhandled and wiped here by Cobra and his minigun.
That's not a way to go. Scallywags leading. If we did a score tally of this entire series, it would be Scallywags on top. Finally, they're being put in their places as Dark Horses are stepping up. And let's be honest, Eric with an 8-3 KD. It is absolutely incredible to see, but you look at the likes of fourth party Cashbox, they've been breezing their way through. We haven't spoken about them really at all because they've only had 2 kills between them.
Yeah, again, you look at it and they're in second place again. When this all started, we said, they're always just kind of in second and third place. We look at the scoreboard, and everybody on their team has 1 kill. They're still sitting pretty in second place and still in this thing, right? Like, they're still doing their thing. And again, they're now in 5th place on the all-time leaderboard here. So they're just kind of coasting through, and maybe they can come out and jump out and get a first place win to boost them up the leaderboard a little bit higher.
This is critical. Last 23 seconds on the clock. This is where the battle really starts to endue. All teams looking at one area. In Scallywag's control, there's Heavy, got his shield up over by Point. He knows all he needs is just reinforcement. It will come in, but Sparrow trying to dash his way through, trying to create an opening, but no one can get the opening to come through. No one can drop this underneath. There's more pressure starts to come in. Fourth party has more players, has more of an opportunity, but the dome shield from Oni is there, but it can't come through. Scallywags again steals to the last second.
Wow. And with their suited and booted, I love that they decided to coordinate their outfits. That is something that I've always said is my favorite part about the finals, is their cosmetics are undefeated in any video game, whether it be from gun skins to player skins. But Scallywags going in there with an amazing defense, leading the board altogether as a team with kills here. And like you said, you see Sparrow not able to get a kill there, especially as a light class. You're kind of relied on to be getting kills. So going 0-6 is going to absolutely destroy the Dark Horse. They're somehow able to get that second place. But again, that's Airrock coming in hot and heavy with that Cerberus and just blowing people apart.
I remember when the Cerberus was first added to the game, and me being me, I'm a very AR style player. I played the game when ARs were just the only thing that was really being used. The AK was being used. We saw the Scar. I know it's not called the Scar, but the Scar being used.
It's the Scar.
It's the Scar. Everyone knows it's Scar. Come on, let's be real. But when that was brought in, but over time, a lot of we saw hints of it in closed beta kill races that the shotguns were powerful, but it's only till now we're hitting into the pro league that we're really seeing how dangerous they can be. And it's just a time favorite. The Cerberus fire breathing shells does the damage, and then next thing you know, you then get the flame that comes on top of it, and it just builds up. So Eric, hats off to him, absolutely frying. How about we change things up a bit more again? Should we go back to a little bit of range?
Let's go, baby. Where are we going? Where are we heading?
Viva Las Vegas.
Let's go.
Viva Las Vegas.
I love it, man. Viva Las Vegas. All right, let's go. Let's go. A little Las Vegas, Nevada. Sunny conditions. It's beautiful out here. It's the desert.
It is going to be bright. It's colorful. And of course, from the last update, not the one we just had, but the ones a bit before, is when we had the whole map redesigned. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. But I tell you what, it makes life easier distinguishing where things are. But the big question is, what do you change? How do you make it work? And especially the likes for Oni Legends, And realistically, fourth party, what can you change to come back in this game?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to not be so under the radar this round and maybe just assert themselves, maybe assert a little bit more dominance, get some more kills, get themselves onto the leaderboard. Obviously, that's what they're trying to do, but they just seem to have been coming under the radar, not getting those extra points that they need with kills. They have moved themselves up to the 5th place spot, but with Scallywags climbing real close, again, out of that bottom half of the tier and now into 7th place, we see Scallywags and Belize with that shotgun absolutely destroying Serg now. Moving in with that shield potentially. Yeah, don't ever roll out the shotgun, but he takes him out, and that's a bye-bye Belize.
Shaq 12 has been a dominant weapon since closed beta, and it still is. It's Cafino. He's a name that you throw around and you know you don't get in his crosshairs. He just moves. And especially, he needs to step up for fourth party, get those kills, get those kill points to slowly come in. But when you do have your medium down on the floor of Sinigro, I'm going to pronounce his name eventually, but when your medium's down, it's not handy.
Sergnal.
Sergnal, thank you.
Thermal optics active.
Yeah, we're looking at Apo again, as per usual, leading the pack here for the Oni Legends, looking to drop this cash out that Dark Horse currently owns. Unable to get on the first try, but dropped it right through the D-mat all the way down to the bottom floor here. Looking for a potential shield. Kip here is potentially help him out. He has the dome shield and the mesh shield, so this could be a good opportunity for them to take it, but they're looking for potentially a fight here. Yeah, here they come right now. Dark Horse is coming from the top, but it looks like we're getting a little bit of lag. Hearing the bullets fire, the chaos ensues.
It looks to be a dip away though. It is a dip away. Yeah. They made that progression. They dropped it down and then eventually got taken out all too easily. Oni Legends. I know what they were looking for. I understand they were trying to bait out the play, try and get the players to come out so they could go for the fight, but it was just all too slow. And talking about all too slow, Scallywags lost.
Wiped.
And they will be punished as they get team wiped as well. And this is, again, it almost feels like these guys are listening, because
I was just gonna say that.
Really got the kills going. Fourth party cash box. Oh, that's looking good. 2, 3, and 2.
Yeah, they got 7 kills together as a team, and nobody else in the match has more than 4. So they're definitely they definitely know they need to get their points up and move up the ladder. Definitely good for them to get into the 5th place spot, but they're creeping onto that 4th place spot by 50 points. So if they get 50 more points, they'll take that 4th place spot from the Blowers who we saw play last game. Currently seeing the Cerberus in action by Sergnal and unable to finish that up.
Get beat down, get the fists out. It's not going to happen, but that looks to be a 1 HP from the heavy Kip. That's a deep breath moment, a scary moment to see as they try and make this deal. They try and take it away, but there's a third party coming in, and oh, it is the one and only fourth party cash out, Cafino, saving the day once again. Why did the teams let him get away with this?
I don't know. Again, it's in their name. It's in their name. They know how to play their name. It was well planned.
They will finally fall down. Cafino will get searched and taken out by the Dark Horses, and in doing so, it's not the worst time to get team wiped. Of course, no damage. You won't get that 30% loss that you usually get when you play. Sorry, it's a 10% loss when you usually play on ranked. We play on a slightly different mode, so no losses, but nonetheless, round 2. Where are we going this time? We're seeing one. It looks to be.
Looks like Scallywags is bringing the cash out over to D right now when they've got Dark Horse on their tails.
Oni also got a free site as well, so a lot of free space as most of the teams are looking over to D. 3 of them, as a matter of fact, onto the D sites. As they wait for the respawns, and off to the races the Dark Horses go.
Let's go. Aerok with the quick little D-mat revive, and the team is back together. Hey, how are ya? Now we're fighting for D. Currently, Scallywags owns that, but we've got 4th party cash box here, currently trying to take this point. But here comes the Scallywags from the top, possibly Belize with the shotgun. Holding this down. The goo is out, looking to hold it down. Again, we have one down for fourth party cash box, so they'll look to revive him and probably reset and see if they can take the wide open D cash out there for $12,000.
This is the quietest I've ever heard the finals. Oh wait, there's one in the kill feed. It may be just the area where the camera is, but
yeah,
for a moment I was like, oh, we are still playing, right? But normally there's like a gunshot left, right, and center. A quick steal coming in from Aero. Please be careful. There could be a second C4 on the first. No, free take.
Wow.
Hey, Aero says thank you very much. That's because Oni got wiped.
And Oni got wiped, and the bank is open. Here comes Dark Horse, a nice quick little retrieval. Still fighting here, Scallywags is. We're looking at Cafino with that XM, or XP, sorry, and getting the revive.
You can't go wrong with a good XP, and people have seen how powerful it is, but the goo coming out, the goo gods will help, it will be safe. And as you can see, Cafino trying to stay on top, trying to get a little bit of damage to come through. Steel has come through from fourth party, but here comes Oni as they now try and regress straight back onto it. But you have one remainder of the Scallywags as they finally get taken out. A steal could come into play. Cafino left alive. You don't want to leave the fourth party alone as the steal. It should come through, and it will.
Yeah, so much goo. You got the goo, absolute tower there, the pyramid of goo. Then you've got the shield up. They're feeling confident about that steal, and they had enough time there to be able to just easily take that. As open as that area was, when you've got that much goo, you're just building. You're playing Fortnite.
Dude, crack those 90s. Let's get it built.
Yeah, crack those 90s.
Don't worry, we're not building. We're deconstructing and constructing. Maybe? Question. Maybe not the constructing side, but definitely deconstructing.
We're renovating.
Physics bullets will start to spray. The minigun does damage, and oh, we love to see it. As Kip will fall, and Cobras will say thank you so much. And again, we just see him get taken down at the last second.
Thank you for the Cerberus to the dome. That's all right. We've got Kier over here with the quick revive and the Cerberus in his hand. The goo is up. He's hurt, and he's looking to get out of there. Use his teleporter, find a better area to just get some breathing room, get his health back, come back to the team, and possibly take B over here from. Is that them that has B? It is. So they're gonna look to hold B here. Currently, nobody coming to attack them as Scallywags and Dark Horse are fighting, and fourth party will be definitely making a press over here as we see Cafino moving and grooving over to B. And let's see if they can get a little fourth party action there.
The thing is, these sites are fairly close to each other. All it takes is one dash over the central walkway. Once you got past that, boom, you're on to the next battle. But right now, you can see on your map, it's a stalemate. Both teams know it's a little too early to go. Well, I say both teams. All four teams know it's too early to go for pushes, too early to go for aggressions. They want to capture this at the last second. So as soon as we get into overtime, remember, 45 seconds of overtime we will have is when we should be really seeing the biggest of pushes. But no, Scallywags, they want to go and defend this early. As you can already see, Dark Horses are making those aggression out in the open. The Cerberus getting enraged. So thank you very much. His A has dropped down to the very bottom.
Let's go, yeah. Airlock with that Cerberus, man. The bank is open, and boom goes the dynamite. They're looking for the steal here. Gonna blow up everything around them. Mesh shield up, goo out, and the only people in the way is Scallywags on the way right now, but able to get possibly the defense. No, not able to get the defense. Amazing steal there by Dark Horse, but again, Police coming in with the double kill on the shotgun. Don't ever count the shotgun out. He's got himself one more character, one more player to get out there, and he is unable to get that absolutely clutch team wiping steal there. As we go back over to Oni Legends, trying to defend cash out B here against the fourth party cash out, and that's one down for them.
14 seconds on the clock. It's the last push, the last opportunity if anyone can get there, but the reality is no. So from the grave and from what has been not the greatest game from Oni, they will take second place. But Dark Horses doing a fantastic job to close out their final map. Finally creeping up that leaderboard, they got the first place they wanted.
Yeah. And that's what we talked about, right? This is what they needed. This is what they needed to continue doing what they were doing. They needed to get the kills. They needed to lock in and communicate a little bit more. Dark Horse, again, they're that dark horse. They really, really, truly are. With Airrock and that Cerberus, they're going to look to try to keep distance against him next time they play him.
Absolutely. They will want to keep distance. We look at the scoreboard. Apo, we talk about how he can carry a team 8-4, doing a great job for Oni. But you look at the cumulative, the grouping of the Dark Horses, 5, 7, and 6, and with only 4 deaths from each of them. Brilliant work from them. But the real winners here is Scallywags. Okay, this last game doesn't show all too well. It doesn't look great, but first, second, and third map has just been Scallywag galore.
Yep.
And all right, teammate, you definitely got the run this time.
Yeah. Yeah, the Scallywags moving up to 7th place is crazy considering they started out in 11th with a bunch of different roster mixes with Belize joining that team last minute. We don't know if the chemistry is there. We don't know if these guys have played together, but they came out here and said, you know what, let's play some pro hubs and let's get out there and play some finals like we know how to do. We got pro players, we got semi-pro players doing what they do best. And again, that's a little update there on the cash out here, the overview here. We currently have 4th party Cashbox in 5th along with Scallywags in 7th. So watching those teams move up and do what they needed to do was awesome. I didn't think that Scallywags was going to come in 4th on that round though. I expected a little bit more from them, but like you said, they were the winners. They dominated those first couple rounds and really moved themselves up the leaderboard and said, you know what, we're not going anywhere. Don't matter where you put us. Don't matter who's on our team. We've got this.
Absolutely. It could change with a flip of a second, and as much you're dominating, it can drop down. But the action is not over. We have one last group to come up. We're going to take a very, very short break. Before that, let's thank all the people who have been sponsoring us, who have been helping us out. Of course, we've got Crash. We have got Brixton for sponsoring this event. All that money going towards the cash prize. It is amazing what you do. So thank you for putting the money in. And of course, everybody who has smallly donated as well towards the final prize pool. We thank you so much. But while we thank these guys and we get ourselves ready, let's hop on to a very short break.
This isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle and welcome to 8 Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on 8 Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/8squadorg.
It's showtime!
The real world can be unfriendly, misleading, confusing. But your world doesn't have to be. Reality Shield will protect you, cutting out the noise, making the world perfect. We do not censor. We cultivate. Engimo.
In the world of sports, every second counts. Every move matters. That's where a Spooze comes in, the sports beverage designed for champions. With a Spooze, it's simple as pop, pour, perform. Packed with electrolytes and essential nutrients to keep you hydrated and energized, Spooze is your go-to drink for peak performance. Whether you're just carrying the vault or securing the winning cash out, Spooze is there to fuel your victory. Its unique formula is scientifically designed to boost your stamina and focus. Spooze, for those who dare to excel. Pop, pour, perform.
The stars. Distant. Watching. When will they arrive? Will your family be disintegrated first or last? Will your family dog become their leader? With Holtau's alien invasion insurance, you don't have to worry. Alto, we got your back.
That strange thought you just had, where did it come from? And was it even yours? Our new Series 2000 effectively suppresses third-party influence and eccentricity, outperforming our competitors within the standard deviation of conformity. With the Series 2000, your mind stays in control. Via, we as one.
The life giver. The sun. Always on. The source of everything that is good. But can it be trusted? Holtau's sun insurance will have you covered if the unimaginable happens and the light goes out. Holtau. Brighter than ever.
You know, June, every time I think I've seen it all, the finals proves me wrong. What a play!
That's one for the highlight reel, Scotty.
The next chapter in this epic saga is about to unfold.
What's going on, everyone? It's me. This is not actually, in fact, hyperactive. It's Waltz instead this time. I'm here to jump in and cast the last group of the day. Unfortunately, Hyper did have to step aside, but I'm here. I hope that's okay, Professor Parks. I know you guys had a good thing going, but I'm excited to cast with you.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. Sometimes life hits you. You gotta get stuff done. So I'm glad to cast with you, and we'll keep this tournament going. We have currently Group C with 200 milliseconds, Ape Squad, Bricked, and De coming in here to do their thing. And again, Brick's still at the top of the leaderboard with 1,568 points, and still have yet to play all of their rounds. So
dude, that's
feeling
crazy.
pretty confident. It's absolutely wild. I think they're just going to keep stacking it on. At this point, it's pedal to the metal, foot on the gas, just all gas, no brakes at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're going to get into this first match in just a second. But yeah, just looking at this group, this might be the most competitive group, I think. None of these teams are slouches, especially Team De. I'm excited to see them. We're going to jump the match in just a second here. So we're going to go ahead and start that first match off on Soul Construction. But make sure you're keeping a special eye over on Team De, because Llama's going to be running that sledge, and we've seen what he can do with that sledge. I'm excited to watch that.
Oh, there's nothing better than a sledge player, man. A little sledge winch action. It's a diabolical combo.
Dude, it's insane. Being on the receiving end of that is nothing short of terrifying. There are a few feelings in video games like being chased by a sledge user, and genuinely hate it.
Yeah, it's very similar to like a scorpion. Get over here, and you're gonna die.
Oh, you're giving me, give me some flashbacks to the Overwatch days with Roadhog. You know, getting sucked
I'm a
in.
big Overwatch guy. Big Overwatch guy. But we got Soul here. Soul 2023 under construction. Seems to be the go-to starting map here for this tournament. And again, probably one of my favorites as well, especially the under construction version. If you're going to rock anything, you might as well rock that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a fantastic. Honestly, I'm going to give you a hot take here, though. I'm souring a little bit on Under Construction. Not that I think it's a bad map, but I do think that, especially for a melee, I actually think it's a really hard map to kind of navigate, especially with that Under Construction variant. So we need to see if Dick can actually do anything. Following 200 MS right now, and one of the things, Bran not running his 93R, he's actually been doing that very consistently. Decided not to do it this time. He's on the XP, so not sure what the decision was from him on that one, but probably a better option. It's just not quite the same.
Yeah, that XP recently got that buff. I've definitely noticed it. It's always been a gun that people love to use. It's all-reliable, but as you can see, absolutely lasers from Brands.
Putting it to good work already. Yeah, I can see why he decided to switch off, because he clearly knows how to use it. And Team De over there in the purple getting pushed another nice kill from Bran, just putting him up and knocking him down.
Yeah, again with that XP, it's a dangerous weapon. I know he's usually not using that gun in tournaments and whatnot, but I think with that most recent buff, I've seen it more than I ever have, and it was already such a good gun.
Absolutely. We do see, so teams here just figuring out where they want to go. The vault number 1 hasn't been placed anywhere. We already have the hospital cash out been placed down. But he's going to run face first. Oh no, they jump up just in time. This is actually great for Bran. He just avoided having to run into the enemy team. Drops that down, kind of a nice basketball bounce there with the vault, and hands that off to the rest of his team. They're going to plug that. Nice, easy plug for 200 MS as we head back over towards B and Hospital. Very difficult point to push, but these teams are already here, bricked, looking to hold on against Team De.
Yeah, this is that number 1 squad that we were talking about. And again, De, one of those teams to be watching, middle of the pack, 6th place currently. But Hospital is no joke when it comes to attacking, trying to take that cash out. There's so many different areas, levels, and ways to defend it. You always have the upper hand. So it takes a skilled player and some good communication here. As we see Stu here lighting things up with the XP again, quickly grabbing a revive, making sure that his team stays on top, even with that cash out being stolen. Let's see if they can get underground with the DMAT and stop that cash out. They can't. Quick steal there by Team De. And the sledgehammer that we talked about, absolutely annihilating. That's the wipe right there. One more player there spawns left in there for Team De. Great offensive and defensive action from Team De against the top team right now, Bricked.
Yeah, really nice play. And I know you were saying that the so Team Dit actually may not have had quite so many points, but they were in third at the beginning of this day. So they might be middle of the pack now with the points not scored yet. But Team Dit definitely a top contender in their own right. We've seen them absolutely crush lobbies. So don't be surprised if we see them take first a couple times as we move into the rest of this map. But right now, 200 MS still looking to hold on to this cash out. Looks like they may have pulled this off the construction zone, but now it's in a position that's hard for them to defend. Bree has to run in quickly with that pike on the zip line. He can't do anything. He's just ziplining into his own doom. Brick is here to run the day. They're going to get that fourth party as well. Looking to get the steal. Going to be a nice steal from STN. He's going to be able to hold that no problems at all. 200 MS is already wiped. And Apes have to reset now. They've had another team to fight. STN looks for that defib, does get that, but he goes down in trade. Stewie had half health now. Can he survive against the combined might of Rippy and Hashi? Looking for their own revive. All three up for Ape Squad right now against only Busy, but there's not a lot of time left. They have to start this steal in just a second. The time is ticking down, and Busy is going to successfully defend this. No time left. He goes down, but Apes unable to get that cash out back.
Yeah, that was a great defense there for Team Ape Squad there, or sorry.
Bricked, yeah.
Team Bricked again, showing their skill. They did get wiped, but that doesn't matter. They ended up getting the cash out, and that's the name of the game. The bank is open and the cash is out.
Yeah. One of the things that I find really interesting about cash out is that I feel like the vault fights matter more in this game mode than they matter in the 3v3 sometimes, just because so often the third parties come in. If you own the cash out, there's a chance even after you get wiped, you might not lose it right away. So winning these vault fights and making sure you have tempo, so much more important that even in the 3v3s, as another fight here breaking out, as just able to get that plug. Ape Squad in control of D, and now are they going to turn their eyes over towards C? It looks like they might be. Hashi following the rest of his team, looking to take 200 MS from the back behind. But he has to turn around and defend his own cash out. Bricked coming in and stealing that right away from Ape Squad, and they're just going to get wiped. Ape Squad got caught between a rock and a hard place. Bricked being the hard place on this one, and now their turn to look for 200 MS. But they have the high ground. Nice vantage point. One's down, two down. The third has been eliminated in a matter of seconds, and Bricked could be in a position to get both.
Oh my god, yeah, Ape Squad originally going in there with a little bit too much confidence, not realizing Brick was behind them. Brick comes in and just destroys them in the back. Coming in, taking out the next squad, no problem. Coming in, taking out this squad, no problem. And taking cash out C, controlling both cash outs now. This is absolutely mental.
Brick just wiped every team on the map one after another like bowling pins. They set them up, they knocked them down, just 1, 2, 3. That was domination from Brick. They have no contenders on this map right now. Nobody in the server can stand up to Bricked.
Absolutely asserting dominance and really showing why these guys are at the top of the leaderboard. Basically saying that none of you guys belong in the same category as us, and we're just gonna prove that to you right now by taking two cash outs at once. Absolutely putting it on the table, as they would say.
Now the question is, can they get back and can they retake D? They did have it initially, but they decided to back off. Currently on 200 MS to be, here's Bran looking with that gateway, trying to get his team into position so they have a chance to take this as well. He just has to get, the winch back in from Llama. Get back over here, and he smacks that man down. Llama with the rest of his team looking to come in. There is Bricked with that steal. They're unable to get that, but from the backside, it's an absolute melee right here as Llama wades in with that sledgehammer, finishes off one, has the dome shield down. Boo Boo starts the steal, holding onto it. There is Goo down. There's an APS. They might get this. They actually going to hold on to this Boo Boo with Team Dia with a nice steal, pushing Bricked away from the point as Brick just heads over to Vault 5.
That was an amazing combination of Goo, Shield, and APS turret. They knew wholeheartedly Team Day was going to go in there and easily take that. With this Llama sledgehammer swinging, he's feeling good about his winch claw. He's hitting them. So, yeah, they're going into every fight with confidence, whether Brick wants to do what they do or not. As we currently see 200 MS Wolf taking things out with the LMG. 2 people down on Team Day. Looking for that team wipe right now. Possibly going to be getting this team wipe here on Team Dit.
Looking to finish this off. Can they find him? Oh, you do not want to push into the sledge, but they do take him out. 200 MS, just with the man advantage, are able to clean that up. As on the other side of the map, fighting over the other vault, and final team wipe goes down. Ape Squad fallen under the weight of the pressure from Team Brick once again. Ape Squad not really finding their footage in this map so far. They need to take a breather, figure out what's not working.
Yeah, Ape Squad definitely needs to recalibrate their plan here. They have the skill to do it, but again, with some of these teams like Di and Brick, like they're gonna be maybe a little bit outmatched and outskilled in some of these battles.
Yeah, it's just not quite. They've had a lot of substitutions coming in as well. It's something that we know. Oh, the double coming in last second, last cash out, our classic double on construction. You love to see it. Happens so often as STN looking for a potential steal. Has the goo, has the DMAT. This is one of my favorite builds, actually, running my loadout right now. So STN sets up with the goo, making sure to back out. How do they defend this? How do they make sure nobody can get to this, especially when all four teams are going to have their eyes set on this? Using that Cerberus, playing very slowly, runs into the side of Apes, gets one shot down, but doesn't chase, knows that minigun is going to do a lot of damage to him. It drops a goo as well and just completely runs away. The movement from STN is great right now, but he's going to get backstabbed from 200 MS who are just respawning into this match, continuing to use that goo to separate the fight. And the Zip actually has not been knocked down, so he has a chance to get back up onto the point where Brick continuing to hold on to this. They haven't been dislodged. They haven't even lost a team member yet. Nothing really happening right now, and Brick are sitting very pretty.
Yeah, Brick playing the game they know how to play. Already have $42,000, looking for another $36,000. But you see right now, Team Di looking for maybe a cheeky steal, a third-party steal, and the minigun eradicating pretty much all of Team 200 milliseconds. One guy left on Team 200 milliseconds. They're going to look to regroup, seeing as they're protecting all their dead bodies. But it's going to be absolute chaos on this point right now. Bodies dropping, bullets flying.
Oh, and this is the moment where that sledge really pays dividends in that melee. Just the collateral of bodies that are falling onto this point. That sledge is going to be hitting multiple people every time they swing. Only 13 seconds left. They have to go for a steal. If anyone that's not Brick is going to get this at any point, the winch coming through last second from Llama, but there's only 7 seconds left. They have to start it right now, and they're not going to be able to do so. Team Dick going to get a solid second place, but Brick with a commanding $80,000 are taking map number 1. Starting us off strong, wow. Professor.
Starting off strong, and again the kills to follow as well. We'll definitely see the scores pulled up here. You'll see the difference in kills. Again, you see Busy over here with 12 eliminations. You see Stu over here with 11 eliminations. The deaths are low and the kills are high. Not to mention leaving with pretty much the entire bank account filling up theirs.
Yeah. No, incredible stuff from them. Yeah, God, the kill numbers are wild, dude. That's crazy. That's 28 kills. That is absolutely absurd. Is that more than the rest of the lobby combined? Do a little.
Well, that is
napkin
you get 30
math
points
here.
For a third pay. You get 30 points for a third place finish. So you pretty much have made first and third place. We had this last
gracious.
one. Yeah, and this
Dude,
is where these kills really come in, man. We get these. You're owning lobbies like this. This is where this comes into play. These points.
Dude, that is domination. Now the question is, obviously, this is none of the other teams on this lobby are slouches. The question is that just Brick having a map they feel comfortable on? Did it just work for them? Again, I think that the sledge player, normally very strong, I don't think construction is a very good map for melee. And I think that's maybe one of the things we're seeing here is that it just doesn't play to the strengths of some of these teams.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that we do got to give them a little bit of slack though, or flack here, because Seoul is kind of everybody's map. Construction or not, Seoul really is kind of everybody's map.
It's true.
We all know the map. It's nothing new to us. You know how to play it. But again, you make an amazing point with that melee build. Unless it's a crazy situation where the sledge is just you have a lock bolt down or you have your winch claw out and you're kind of swinging your sledge around. It can be tough with all the construction around and buildings falling on your head.
Oh yeah,
as per usual.
And it looks like our next map, we're going to be heading over to Monaco, which we're going to jump into in just a second. Now, one of the rules, so we can choose variants, and one of the things we do is we are keeping it standard issue, except for Seoul, because everybody loves under construction. Like you said, it's the people's map. I've often felt like it should just be the go-to. Seoul construction should be the standard, and then the finished version should be the variant. Honestly, if I had my druthers on this one,
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the first, if not maybe the second map I ever played, and then it was the first map I actually got used to, where I started noting call outs and different building names and stuff like that. Like, oh, I think with me, it's like anytime I'm getting to a different, like an area where I've gotten a kill before, I'm like, okay, I'm used to this spot, and then like that's just continuing playing and getting map reps.
Yeah, it's still a classic map for a reason. It is really fun. But we are moving to Monaco, one of my favorite maps. And again, standard issue, we're not going to see duck and cover. We're not going to see elevated structures. So generally a quite balanced map, unless you're going to get some of those park cash outs. We saw those earlier just today. Some of the matches with Oni Legends and Scallywags, we had a lot of cash outs that were out just in the middle of nowhere. And that's something we're going to have to keep a very close eye on, is how do the teams handle those points, because that changes the game entirely if your cash out ends up maybe in the plaza or something like that.
Yeah, it's always neat to see some of these pro and these semi-pro teams and how they position on those. They'll even move it with the winch claw elsewhere, just to see if it can make it harder for someone to come take that point. And it's always neat to see like what kind of defenses they set up, what angles they want to take.
Yeah, the cash out mode definitely making your defense has to be fast. You have to be ready to set it up in a moment's notice so nobody shows up on you. But the teams that can do that, and the teams that are very quick with understanding where they want to put the cash out, tend to do really, really well. As, of course, speaking of teams that tend to do really, really well, looking at Brick, busy with that minigun. He's ready for anybody who tries to move up that zip line. The second they approach him, they're going to go down. But they decide they're not going to. They tap the vault, and I'm sure there's a gateway on that vault. Apes looking to just grab that and run away as soon as they can. They got a long trek to get to B if they want to make it that direction.
Yeah, and Brick is just going to wait and see where things go. Looks like the portal's right here.
Oh, they left
they're
it.
Moving with it. They grabbed it and left it. Okay. So now we see Brick moving towards A with that vault. And honestly, potentially that's where Vault 2 is going to go here and do a double cash.
Yeah, we may see that double. It'd be so odd to have a double early on, but it would be pretty hype as the team's already getting into a fight. One's already been exploded. We have one down already. Rippy's been down, Apes down a man, but they do have a revive. He's back up on top. Hashi dies in the process though, and Rippy dies as he falls to the ground. BMO's the only one left. Can he do anything in a 1 versus 3? He's getting chased by that Cerberus. Gets knocked on the way down. STN with a beautiful shot. And a little bit of a fadeaway there with the Cerberus as he takes out the rest of Apes.
Love that. The Cerberus is a dangerous weapon, and we see that Team D was able to grab that vault and bring it to cash out B. Currently looking at Spawns' POV, just looking for a good area to get an eye on where teams might come in and take the cash out from them. Looks to be uncontested right now, but currently 200 milliseconds moving towards them, maybe trying to find a position and blow their way through that door.
Yeah, the Spawns biding his time, taking it slow. As 200 MS looking for their approach in here. They have a gateway, and Spawns running away, knows that he's about to get pushed, is very smart, doesn't try to ego check the 3 of them running right at him. But now they have to push into a building with a sledge winch heavy waiting for them. And how do you do that? Well, here's Spawns. He's going to be looking for those back hits. Oh, unable to do that. He goes down immediately, just gets melted as he tries to perform, just do a little backstab there, work around. Boo Boo has a revive though. Llama with that sledge is getting taken down low as well. They're just going to run away, run very far away, just completely get the hell out of there and reset, get some more health back, and look to recover once again, go back in. Still no steal begun, but everyone's up on both teams. Spawns getting his health back, but there, they finally found him. Llama tries to knock him down, but he gets away with that gateway. The gateway keeping these teams very separated, but so close at the same time. It's just one button, and then they're in each other's face as they continue to not be able to find anyone else. The DMATs are there as they try to find Team Dit, but Team Dit are just running. They're playing so well, this kite meta, just keeping them from having any ability to lock them down. But finally, the goo is down, the steal has begun, but you have to wait. You have to be careful because Llama could drop on you at any time. He's right there. He's knocked out onto the wall. The winch pulls it away. Already slightly delayed. They only have about 5 seconds left to start this once again. Brick looking in to come in third party, but they're probably just going to hand this over to Team Dit as Llama, very, very low, waiting in the corner, just waiting for a chance to winch anybody. He does go down, but it's over. Team Dit are going to successfully going to get this cash out after minutes of fighting. That was crazy.
That was absolutely crazy to see all the angles that 200 MS was trying to work their way through, and how Team Did moved as a team to counter those angles was actually a work of art. And
Right?
basically able to come at it with that, just being able to communicate and be like, no, we're moving over here to block this. It was amazing angling, all of that.
Just like you said, just the dance that they were dancing around him. They didn't let him ever get near them. There was maybe one kill in that entire fight right before the very end, and by that point, Rick was there to third party, so they couldn't do anything. Moving over to the other team that's kind of struggling right now, though, Apes unable to put anything together. They have a vault in their possession, but can they actually do anything with it? They look to be trying to get over to D, and there is that park cash out. They're going to have to be all the way out in the open when they get that plug. As back in the Cathedral, more fights are happening. The vault fights are going on, and it looks to be Team Div once again getting the better of these vault fights, as they are going to hold on to vault number 4 and probably look over towards C. Both of these cash outs in very exposed positions.
Yeah, it looked like Ape Squad got themselves a little cash out here, looking to probably set up some sort of defense, or maybe just try to find an off angle with 200 MS here. Now battling each other right now. Taking shots here is Ape Squad, and moving and grooving is 200 MS here. Trying to get some upper angles here. We have the LMG. Yeah, LMG here, the M60. Let's see if we can pepper through that shield and get a kill here.
200 MS playing very slow, very smartly, has eyes on Rippy as Rippy drops down, but he gets pushed by the SA-12, has his dome shield down, hits the winch, but he's pulling 2 of them right into his own face, hits with the M60, but doesn't get any kills at all. That's already 1 down for 200 MS. They still are in possession of this cash out, and Wolf is going to respawn quite quickly, but they have to hold on to this. Beamo's going to take 1 down in the other. Meantime, Bran is down, only 1 left on the side of 200 MS as Beamo goes for a solo steal, but no one's there to contest it, as 200 MS have to lick their wounds, respawn, and find a way back into this fight, as Apes now have the ability to set things up however they want.
Yeah, Apes is in the driver's seat right now, which is, we haven't really seen much these past couple games, so it's good to see. Again, we still see Brick holding things down, not really getting contested, not too much problems coming their way. I think a lot of people, there's Brick. And there's Brick and Ape Squad just putting in the work and annihilating teams.
Boo Boo does get a full res there, but he's going to pay the price for it. But Spawns, the one he gets up, pulls it off, does clutch it out, but he goes down as well. Unable to fully set things off. Stu is just running rampant right now. 8 kills and 2 deaths so far. Incredible work from him, as on the other side of the map, 200 MS were unable to retake that cash out. Ape Squad standing strong in second place, as they're going to get the rest of this cash out. No chance of a steal from 200 MS at this point. So currently Brick continuing to sit in first as we look towards these next vault fights, as this final cash out is about to go away. They want to hold this steal, but they've run out of time. The fight here is mostly just an ego check, as Hashi eliminates 1, looks for the second, unable to do it. He pulled out his defibs. I think he was looking for the defib kill, just add insult to injury, but his team is there to clean things up, as Rippy is going to go ahead and save the day and get that final wipe on 200 MS.
There you go, Rippy for the win, getting those kills and those revives. We're gonna see what happens here with now 1:55 left in the game. I mean, these vaults are not too close together, so they'll probably keep them apart. No double cash needed. All teams are really close, other than 200 MS. But because these vaults are so expensive, they can easily climb themselves back up with one of these 20,000 vaults, $20,000 vaults or $18,000 vaults here at the end.
Yeah, you drop that in there, 200 MS, they could have a chance to at least get to second, as Team Dit already getting the first plug. So now the question is, that vault is actually in a position, no, they're taking it far away, they're over the Cathedral, looks like they're looking towards A, Bricked in possession of the cash out as well. They don't care. They're just going to go ahead and plug it. They don't care how far ahead they are. They want that first place. They've gotten the plug. But back on the other side, B is here being pushed by 200 MS, trying to find Team Dit, trying to flush them out of their hiding place. Ice fishing with that DMAT. He finally gets spotted. He's winched in and just gets sucked away. Rippy has his RPG, but isn't able to hit anything with it right now. Has SH12 again, just running away on Team Dip, but they've already knocked out 1. No, he actually gets away. The spawns have survived, and just by the skin of his teeth, Spawns is down. Llama turns around, melts Rippy as he tries to chase after him. It's just Llama against the world right now, 1 versus 2. The team does get a revive. Ape Squad up to full health again as Llama sitting by himself. His team is about to coin, though. One of his members, Spawns, actually has no coins. He's actually completely run out of coins, so it's all on Llama to handle this himself. Finishes off BMO. Boo Boo has finally coined. He's back up now. Can Llama hold on to this? But the cash out has been stolen, so his team is no longer in possession of it. He gets spotted from behind, just taken out. Boo Boo the only one left, and Bricked maybe in a position to actually push onto this as well.
Yeah, you got to give it to Llama there. He's got the skills with the sledgehammer, able to defend that as much as possible. If his teammate had a coin there, he would have had enough time to rejoin him and give him some help. But kudos to him. And now we have a big battle here with Busy and his machine gun, his minigun here, mowing the crowd down. Looks to be a little bit more defense from Busy.
They get it.
He falls off the map.
Yeah, they're in full possession of this cash out now, able to hold on to that. Only 45 seconds left. The cash out they had started has been taken by 200 MS. So 200 MS in a position to maybe get a second place if Brick can actually hold on to this right now, as Team De looking for an entry point into this. Spawns is still dead. I have no idea where his totem is because they're still playing as just 2 as Llama goes down as well. Boo Boo by himself looking to do anything against the ferocity of Brick, but Brick are just a wall right now, and he runs face first into it. Team Dib once again getting wiped, as on the other side of the map, it's only 14 seconds left. Hashi, Apes trying for one last second steal, gets forced off of it. Rudy drops down as well. Rippy has to stick on this right now. He has enough time, but he gets wiped out. Hashi with the last second kill is able to hold this out, and that is just no. The kills from Apes put them 1,000 ahead of 200 MS.
Oh my God, look at the scores on this. The teams were all $20,000, and then we have Brick, of course, just doing what Brick does. But man, that was such a close match. And we said that from the beginning of this group playing, that this was a tight-knit group, aside from Brick being so high up on the boards and again, proving that why they're there. All these other teams have been so close. It's crazy. 24,000, 25,500, 26,500. All the kills even being pretty close, aside from Brands doing what they do. That was great. That was one of the best matches of the night.
Oh, that was a beautiful match. The placements, there were so many small moments that we didn't even really get to see that we kind of just missed out on. Moments where, for instance, we'd be sitting there and all of a sudden the Team De holding that cash out and moving it all the way from the plaza all the way over into the actual Monaco buildings, trying to find a position to defend, but then Brick came in and stole it from them. There was a lot of strategy on display from these teams, and Brick especially. What do you think Brick are doing differently? What's the secret sauce?
I actually just don't know. I don't know if it's that they've played together for a long time, or if that it almost seems like they're not getting the type of fights that everybody else is getting. Like, I almost feel like teams are going in up with them and being like, oh man, this is Brick, these are the number one guys. There's almost a bit of like hesitation in some of these fights. Like, they're not playing aggressively, and Brick is taking full advantage, knowing how high they are. They're able to play aggressively. They're able to play. They want to play. It just feels like the other teams aren't engaging them like they are when they're engaging each other.
Yeah.
I just feel like Brick is not having to play like that intense style everybody else is.
No, I think you're right. I think that comes from, honestly, I think that comes from their positioning. You make a good point. They're not having the same fights. They seem to be third-partying more. I think that comes because when they set up around these vault fights, I talked earlier about how important these vault fights are. We saw this at the beginning of this past map. Apes tapped it and then just ran. They didn't want to have to deal with Brick on that high ground. They knew that was an indefensible position, them being on the low ground, and they just had to let Brick take it. Otherwise, they were going to take a loss. So they walk out. Brick has a better positioning. Even though they didn't even get near the vault until it was open, they had the chance to just grab it and get that first plug, and they're already ahead on tempo. The tempo has been in their control every single match so far.
Every minute of every match, even when I think that we've seen 2 wipes from them, and even when they get wiped, it's like they go into the next fight with so much confidence, and the positioning, like you mentioned, is always there. I think that comes from communication. These guys must have been playing together for quite a while now.
Oh yeah, and I tell you what, like one of the most interesting things for me here, this is not a team that was invited. Actually, this is something I mentioned in my recent video on the Vault channel. But I was talking about the NA and the EU regions and the way that these regions have sort of developed as we've gotten through these first 4 splits. 4 out of the top 5 teams in the NA region were actually qualified teams, whereas 4 out of the top 5, or 3 out of the top 5 in EU were invited teams. So the qualified teams really doing a good job here in NA. Just Bricked especially, proving that they should have been invited to begin with, as Spawns on Team Dit, taking some pot shots in the air. Llama has already knocked out Wolf on the backside. They're up 3-2. He's lost the second. There it is. Grudy gets an assist, but it's 1 versus 1 now. Boo Boo versus Bran. Bran trying to find his way onto Team Dick. Can he do anything here? It's 1 versus 2 now as they get the revive. Has some shots onto Boo Boo, keeping that high ground. Might just grab the vault and run. Does do so. Has a hand on that. Actually running invis instead of the dash that we've seen so many other lights choose to run lately.
Yeah, I think the invis is slept on. I think a lot of people will use that with like melee weapons and whatnot. We don't see a lot of that in these tournaments. I've noticed a lot of these lights playing with that XP. It shreds, especially with that new buff that recently went on to it. I think this is the way to go. I don't know about the invis because I personally am not very good with it. I do the dash. When I play the light class, it just feels better in the movements there. But the invis is so key. He was able to get away from that fight and go revive his buddies without being even shot at because they lost him.
Well, I call that, I'd call that the Uni effect, honestly, because Uni for a long time, it really was just invis being run by the lights for a long time, and Uni was popularizing and playing the dash long before anybody else was. And even players like Appa, who I know for a long time have said that invis was the best light specialization, have swapped over as 200MS finally making their push. A nice jump pad with the gateway. That mobility is so crucial as he has eyes on one, looks to finish him off. Can't chase. That is the downside of that invis, of course, is that he can't quite follow Stewie as fast as he would like. Has the sonar grenade, though, to figure out where he's gone, and he has eyes on him again, doing some more damage. Stewie just cannot go back to help his team, but unfortunately, Bran cannot either. He's already lost his heavy and has to come back and help his medium. Fortunately, they've gotten 1 down on the other side. Apes have lost 2, and they're looking for that 3rd, but Bricked is sitting strong on this point and have not lost a single person so far.
Yeah, again, Brick not really having to fight this battle. You're seeing Brands chasing and looking for these kills and really trying to hunt. And when you look over at Brick, they're always together. They're always playing tight. The positioning is proper. And like you mentioned too, with the invisibility, not having that dash effect or even that grapple to be able to chase that guy, didn't get the kill, separated from his team, and now just trying to figure things out from here. Has to take shots over across the way to Bricked. Looks like 200 MS is actually going to make a move here. Teleporting over to the top with the XM.
Nice winch.
Shots are fired. Wow.
Bran drops to the ground, has very low health, but Invis is going to keep him secure until he can do anything. Bricked down to 2 members, but the steal can't go out. It's attempted on the backside. Bran is the only member of his team left with dwindling timer on this cash out right now. He has eyes on Busy, but that minigun has been spun up and ready. He actually wins the 1v1, and it's just Stewie versus Bran. But Bran, he has to hold this right now or he's not going to be able to get it. Can he do anything? No. Stewie in the position. He's able to hold on to that. The cash out goes to Bricked once again. Tail as old as time at this point, and Bricked once again in a commanding position. Slightly behind Team Did, though, on the other side of the map. Team Did playing very solid and holding off the Apes as they take a cash out as well.
Yeah, I feel like Team Did really worked for that too. Like it's not to say that the Bricked are not working hard for these wins, because they are. Like they're just positioning so well. I know I sound like a broken record with this positioning, but that's the best point I've heard, is that they just seem so locked in together. And when we flash over to some of these other players, they're having to make spectacular plays on their own and getting off angles, like we see here with BMO hitting shots, but getting absolutely eradicated by the RPG, not dying, trying to get out of there, not get picked, still throwing shots their way towards 200 MS. We have a fight for the ages here. BMO absolutely beaming right now, finishing off the rest of the team. One more left for 200 MS, and he goes down. And that's the vault for BMO, moving and grooving here towards D with that vault and that team wipe for them.
Oh yeah, and the presence of mind in the midst of that fight. There was still one left to take out, but BMO was like, you know what, team, you got this. You don't need me. I'm just going to grab the vault and run. Unfortunately, D does get picked up by Brick. I think this was an intentional decision, knowing where the vault was, because BMO's going to have to pass and run all the way over to C now. He's still got 100 meters to go, so Brick getting more tempo once again by that cash-out placement as they look to hold on to this, already doing some damage as Apes have tried to find their way into this point, but one's going to get melted again. Rippy Stewie is on a tear so far, and Apes only have one left, so they're out of this fight for a while. As on the other side, Team Dit melting one member, looking for a kill, spawns, has that gateway, drops one for Boo Boo as Boo Boo, nice placement from him, nice use of the gateway, is going to get a very quick plug. The question is, what do Team Dit want to do now? They've actually pushed 200 MS away. 200 MS don't want to take this fight. Back over to Brick. Brick holding against that push from 200 MS. There's Llama as well. Wolf is down. 200 MS. Unable to do anything so far. They've already lost one, looking to lose the two. Busy doing so much damage. BMO is there as well. Stewie and STN helping out Busy. Like you said, so close to each other and making sure they're basically just touching at all times. There's always at least two of them that can shoot in the same direction, and they pulled the cash out into the middle. So as soon as Llama here and the rest of Team Dit are trying to push, as they've already done, but he doesn't even need the help, STN finishes off spawns by himself. And I'm not sure what Team Dit was planning for there. I know they want to take Brick down. I know they want to dethrone them, but they've just abandoned their own cash out.
Yeah, it was, again, like kind of just like a what do we do move here? Like, can we take out the big boys? We're not scared of them, and it ended up biting them in the butt. Team Brick, again, positioning all the way through, getting all the damage needed with this minigun, and then, like you said, being able to shoot in the same direction as your teammates. It's always going to be a 2v1, a 3v2. It's always going to be uphill battle for anybody fighting against a team like that.
Yeah, now all eyes are turning towards C. Unfortunately, this is the problem with having a slower tempo, and that is, again, a product of the placement that Brick had with their cash out. Everyone's looking at this. There's three teams staring at cash out C right now. 200 MS just sitting, waiting, biding their time until somebody makes a move, hoping that they can third party this. Remember, it is World Tour rules, so they know when people are dead. They know when the right time to strike is. But here comes Brick, just like clockwork. They don't care about the future vaults. They want this one. They want to add it to their total. They are so greedy. Scrooge McDuck on the server right now. They want more money, and they are finally going to push away. They decided not enough time left. There's not enough fighting, as nobody has done anything. Everybody is just waiting for the other team to blink, as finally Team did make a move. They drop this with the DMAT, and Llama is sitting on the point with that sledge. Can he save them at all? No! The delay is there. This Ape Squad able to prevent Team Div from getting it. A nice try from them, but Ape Squad just run them over at the last second.
Yeah, absolute chaos there. You get to these close range battles and those dome shields go up around the cash out and there's a sledgehammer nearby. Good night. It is good night every time, and that's what Llama knows in those types of scenarios. Just swinging and dinging there. A close match though here with Ape Squad here in second place, but only by $1,000 next to Team Di. And unfortunately, 200 milliseconds all the way down to the bottom there with 3,000.
Yeah, not really finding their footing. They have been out basically this entire map. Haven't even gotten a single plug. All they have are 6 kills to their name, but can they force a double? This is what they need right now, as they actually have a hand on it. 200 MS. No, that's Apes actually going to split this, and that is it for 200 MS's chance of first place, but can they get a second? Unfortunately, BMO winning his fight against Brand. Brand still unable to do anything. The rest of his team is falling in the background, just disconnected and falling apart. Alone they fall, but the Apes together are strong as they're holding on to cash out A, trying to make sure they can at least claim second place. They have a chance here to keep pushing those points up, and because Brick is so far ahead, it really is a battle of the inches for these teams that are stuck in the middle of the pack right now. Brick sitting very pretty on their high ground, as Llama with the rest of his team tries to find a way in. There's the RPG, has his Dome Shield as well. Dome Shield doesn't quite follow him down, but it's glitched anyways. Can't do anything. Goo goes down, looking for that entry point. He's quite low, has to bail out. No, he gets taken down. Doesn't even get a chance to approach the point, as the fight is just chaos right now. Ape Squad are just running rampant through this point. They've wiped the rest of Team Di, and they've now fended off 2 teams in a row, as 200 MS once again try to make this push, but there's only 40 seconds left.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. It's going to be a quick push. I think that Ape Squad might be able to defend this. They have all the goo in place. They have the sonars ready to go. Like, this is going to be, it's going to be a little bit easier for them than we might think. Especially 200 MS, really not firing on all cylinders right now. As we see Hashi
but they got 2.
Annihilated. They might be telling me to put my foot in my mouth right now with 200 MS. 16 seconds left to get this cash out. They're going to have to push right now or never.
Yeah, still all 3. Rip is the only one left. Can he finish off 1v3? Can he delay? No, the goo keeps blocking him off. He can't do anything yet. No, he delays it. 1 versus 3. Rippy's able to hold on to it. There's no time left. Ape Squad hold on to their second place. It's okay. You can take that foot out of your mouth there, Perks. It's all right.
That was a close call. That was a close call.
Yeah. I was worried about that one for a second.
I was worried about that. But no, honestly, I like that. I like that when the teams prove me wrong, man.
Oh, that
I
was
like that.
It is crazy too that we're talking so much about second place. And I tell you what, I did not see Bricked have been strong. Bricked have been a dominant force in these matches, but not like this. This is a level above. This has been just brutal. How far ahead these guys are every step of the way. I don't know if that's just the matchups. Maybe this is just teams that they do well against, or maybe they've just been cooking. Maybe they took these 10 days that we had as a break, and they took that time to kind of review. I know Busy been putting up consistent videos, kind of talking about how he's been playing in these various matches, been putting those out there. So I'm sure he's rewatching those as he's editing those. Maybe they talk about it, but yeah, something's working for him, man. Bricked have just figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're just a big part about this is they're not dying. They're not dying. They're having the same amount of kills consistently. Everybody on that team is contributing, but they're just not dying. And when you have a good KD ratio, you're doing something right. And again, like that's just one of the many things that they're doing well. I'm actually was very surprised with Ape Squad on that last round too. They played very, very well. I think the unfortunate downfall there of 200 milliseconds is it is what it is, right?
And I think one of the most interesting things for me as we look, we're going to get into our last map in just a moment here, but one of the most interesting things for me with that entire last map is that there's clearly this like tension, right, in the lobby. Everybody knows that Bricked are the big dogs. Bricked are clearly feeling themselves right now. They know that they're playing well. And Team Dim made that really interesting call. Let's leave our cash out. Let's try to third party. Let's try to take out Brick. And instead, they kind of fell flat on their face. They weren't able to do things. And that not only led to them not stealing Brick's cash out, they lost their own, got wiped, and proceeded to get third when they had an easy second place.
Yeah, it's plays like that can make or break, because if it went the reverse way and they got that, we would be praising them for all their amazing work,
right? Yeah.
But not checking their six, not realizing that all of the other team was just pretty much waiting there for them. They probably couldn't even believe that they turned their backs on them like that.
Yeah.
And made that play, because they're like, if we just take these guys out, there's no one behind us. This is an easy cash out, right?
Oh yeah.
So definitely a tough play. And maybe lack of communication or just checking your six, right? This is a game of, it's a movement shooter, so the movement is all over the place. There's teleporting, there's jump pads everywhere. You can do whatever you want in this game. There's hook shots and dashes and stuff. So the movement in this game is going to be there, and you can get behind teams pretty easily, pretty quickly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think one of the most interesting things in that match too is that same cash out. All four teams were just staring at the cash out. Everybody on the server was alive, and not a single person made a move. They were just waiting for somebody else to blink. And you get to these this is one of the things that I love about cash out, is there are moments like this that just go crazy. Like, for instance, in the previous group, that last minute of that fight on Fortune Stadium, where Oni Legends were trying to get that double, and at the last second, I think Scallywags came through and got the steal. Like, there's so many of these moments where all of a sudden, just you're waiting, everyone's breath is just being held, and then at the last possible moment, hell breaks loose, and there is no telling what's going on.
That's why it's so hard to really put this game in one specific category, because it is so many different games. Like, it really is just like a mixture of different games. And I said this earlier in the stream, but movement shooter is the best descriptive word I've ever heard for this game. It really is. There's nothing like it.
It truly is something special. As we're already in here, Brick, once again, Stewie with the movement has gotten his team with that gateway right on top of 200 MS already, as the red barrel does some damage, but his team is quite low. Busy, almost no health, but hasn't gone down yet, but Wolf is going to go down. The second one going to go down in just a second. He's doing so much damage with that XP, looking for the third.
Stewie!
Brand's just going to get melted. What is this?
That was crazy. Stewie with the XP, absolutely lasering, man. Someone call this guy's doctor, because he has got a heart rate through the roof right now. It's palm spaghetti. I love that from Stewie. I really, really do.
Yeah, the positioning. We talk. Oh, that's the word of the day, isn't it? Positioning is.
Really is.
He knew exactly where to be. He got his team. He brought his team directly into the middle of the 200 MS, so they were just all completely befuddled. They didn't know where to turn, and he was just there to clean up the scraps as they were handling this. They get the plug. The 200 MS were actually there and do get a pick on Stewie. The big boss man is down. Can 200 MS capitalize on this? Busy is getting pushed. He has a minigun, but he's unable to do anything. All three still alive. That's a full team wipe. Brick caught with their pants down.
Yeah, they really were. They wanted to get that cash in quickly, but with 200 MS waiting on top of the roof there, blow the roof and just lay the hellfire down with the minigun. As we switch over to BMO here with Ape Squad currently firing Team D, firing with Team D. Looks like they're going to go for a quick revive here, maybe even things out.
Yeah,
make it a 2-on-2. Actually, yeah.
Oh, he gets winched in, though. Immediately, the revive is proven useless. Apes go down. Team D holding strong once again. We've seen this story before, though. We've seen Team D start off in a strong position, and then they can't quite hold on to it. See how they do now. But Brick are come to reclaim their throne. M60 versus the minigun. The M60 wins today, as Wolf, on very low health, has an RPG, but he gets dematted. All the cover is gone. He still has one member left of his team. No! STN on the backside finishes that off. Brick returning the favor. Gonna go ahead and wipe 200 MS. There's a chance things could turn around. Apes are respawning, and they're respawning right by B. Oh, but nice heads-up play from STN. He's going to drop that goo, prevent them from pushing.
What a goo.
Oh, heads-up play. And a
Llama
bit of a
just
disconnect.
Disconnected, too.
Can't pause yet, though. There is a steal in progress. Stewie's going to get that steal. The fight is continuing, and we are going to have this pause now. If y'all are wondering why we pause, why we wait for a second there, it's because if you pause while a steal is happening, it actually disrupts the pause. A little bit of a kind of a fun and interesting tidbit about pauses in games, especially multiplayer games. It doesn't actually stop time. It just slows it down to the slowest possible tick rate you can have. There are moments where people will actually die in gas if they were on, say, 1 HP before the pause. Just because
that's diabolical.
Yeah, it doesn't actually prevent it doesn't actually stop time. It just slows it down really far.
I would be so mad. I would be outraged.
Can you imagine?
So
You're just like, I could have gotten away too, even if you
couldn't. I
couldn't.
blame my teammate the whole time. But like, you and your Walmart internet just got me killed to gas.
Come on, man. You gotta, stop torrenting the videos, dude. Like, we're playing a game
Llama.
here.
Get off LimeWire. You're gonna give yourself viruses.
Dude, what are we doing? Oh my gosh. All right, so we're sitting here. So what's your game plan for the rest of this map? Let's say you're Apes, right? You had a solid second place that map. You figured it out, but some of it was kind of scrappy there.
Where are Apes right now?
We're Apes right now. Okay. Do you ignore Bricked, or do you just try to go for second, or do you try to take the big dogs out? What's your play here?
You're a full squad here. Is Bricked a full squad right now?
Brick's a full squad. They got all three, right?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking,
you're
just like
right beside the cash out. Here's what it is. It's like you're right beside the cash out, and this cash out B has less time than cash out A. It wouldn't be the worst scenario to go for a quick. Like, you got to make it quick to see if you can get cash out B. If you get wiped, go third party A. Go third party A. And if you end up getting B, then awesome. That's a quicker cash out for you. But like, I just think because B has less time than A and they're already right there, they might as well just go for it. Just go for it and don't hesitate. Go for it with everything you have. And if you get wiped quick, that's fine. Try to push A as fast as you possibly can and get a third party in there, because you know that 200 MS and Team D are just going to be unloading into each other.
I agree.
Over there at cash out A.
I agree. I think you can't really do anything about the fact that they're just really popping off. You got to hope that you catch them at a bad moment, much like 200 MS did. 200 MS had a chance there. They did take out Bricked, caught him at a very advantageous moment. So the question is, can Apes do the same? Hashi and Bimo a little bit low already, but definitely have a chance. Looks like we are going to start this. Unfortunately, the timer has run out, so no more pause time. Team D going to have to progress on without Llama, which is very unfortunate for them. two people here as they are looking to fend off the approaching push from 200 MS. Can they do so? Meanwhile, on the back side of the map, Brick consistently holding on. They haven't gotten it stolen yet. Spawns playing very slow now. This changes the game completely. He has a great defensive position, though. He's already used one of his glitch grenades. These are very valuable commodities. Finishes off Grudy. Nice play from him. Only has 2 more to go. Needs to finish off another one. There comes Wolf looking for that revive. He does. He gets the full revive and gets the winch down. It's all on Boo Boo now. Can he finish this off? Wolf down once again. All Boo Boo against the world. Looks for the first. Can't fully. No, the flames actually prevent Grudy. Grudy dies. Does he have time? Is there enough? Can Brand get this? Yes!
Oh,
the last possible second, dude.
No way! That was crazy. I cannot believe, and that is the magic of the Cerberus. I am sitting here in disbelief when I see all 3 of those shots go into that guy, and he's still sitting there with health. And then it clicks to me. He's gonna burn to death. It doesn't matter because his teammate comes in with an absolute clutch down to the last millisecond cash out steal. Unbelievable. As we go back over here, we have currently Bricked absolutely annihilating Team Day right now, and wipe them with the 200 MS not far behind with the vault.
Ooh, 200 MS though, getting a pick onto Brick as they look to get this plug. Stewie with the rest of his team. It's actually STN does get that plug, but they're in a 3 versus 2. This is not going to be a quick respawn from Stewie, so they have to figure this out on their own now. Brand looking to capitalize on the situation. The rest of his team has already gone in, very low health, but they turn anyone in trade. They have gotten 1 down. Only 1 left that they have to find. Looks for the kill. Can it be a wipe? It is. Brick go down. 200 MS for the second time this match. Get a nice pick onto Brick as they try to get the deposit. But now they're going to have to defend this. Here comes Team Dill looking to third party this. Wolf on half health is regenning, and it's a 2 versus 3. Can they do anything right now? Following the teams as they try to find their way in. This is a precarious position for Team Dit, as already 1 goes down. Boo Boo wins that 1v1, takes an RPG to the face, but he's still alive, hasn't died yet. Looks for that enemy Wolf. He's there. No, the dome shield, the nice placement keeps him alive. That would have been the pick they needed, and unfortunately, both of them go down. Wolf with a 2-piece is going to finish them off and hold on. Fortunately for them, Bricked are going to spawn on the other side of the map, so 200 MS do not have to fight them this time. It is Ape's turn to fend off the brick wall as they push in towards Cash Out C.
Yeah, 200 MS with a smart play, winch clawing that Cash out, bouncing it off of the jump pad and leaving it in an open area, basically just allowing the fight to happen in an open area, giving them the upper hand that they held the building at the time. Currently looking at Stewie right now. With the amazing shots by Stewie in the XP54, he is absolutely lasering. Every time we get a POV of Stu, he's doing his thing. He sees another one here, possibly going to go with a glitch grenade. Doesn't matter. Ooh, almost takes out the guy reviving his teammate, but he gets the revive off. Stewie looking to gateway out of there, probably trying to get a better position and see about helping to defend C, where they almost have that with looks to be about 20 seconds left.
Yeah, Bricked were able to get that steal from Apes. Apes couldn't do anything. Hashi is looking to get that hold on the other side, but he's gonna get melted. Can't do anything. Or Apes, just let him come in and take it. Stewie was just laying down the damage. He was putting the hurt on him. BMO unable to get the pick onto Busy. Anyways, Busy gets the kill. Here comes Team Dig getting a nice little consolation prize, but I don't know, man. Brick just kind of walked in, took the cash out, and shoved Apes off the point.
Busy pulled out his minigun and just said, ah, and mowed down the entire team. Like this is what I mean about the confidence they have in every fight. They just they don't fear anybody in this group right now, and you can see it. I think the only people that are giving them a run for the money, it's this game specifically. Maybe a couple times last game was 200 MS.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the cojones to really go in there and challenge the #1 team right now.
Yeah, they have a chance here to actually take first place. Oh, and wait a minute. Actually, Team Dit, even though Llama hasn't reconnected, Team Dit actually have a cash out in their possession, and they might look to double this. Can Spawn survive here, though? He drops down with almost no HP. He's in the middle of no man's land, looking to yoink that cash out away if he can. I think he might. I don't know if he wants to go for a double though. I think honestly, in this case though, a double is the best thing they could hope for. The chaos that would come with every team. They don't have to fight just one team. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And he's of all teams that had to show up, Rick is going to come here, try to take Team Diz cash out. And I wouldn't be surprised if Team Diz are just going to, pack up and head over to B at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's still going to wait for his other teammate to possibly coin. He was able to get that one revive on his guy, but it looks like 200 MS, again, as ballsy as they've been this whole time, are willing to just go potentially press Team Bricked, as we see Ape Squad currently going to plug in Cash Out 5 and just get themselves an easy little area, set up the lawn chairs, grab the beers, and put on some tunes, because they got no one contesting them right now.
Yeah, no one's even close to them right now. Everyone's sitting over here in hotel. Like, what do we got going on here? 200 MS are finally moving towards Cash Out B. But look at this. Yeah, look at this hold from Apes. They are waiting until the last possible second to put this in. So that timer is as low as it can possibly be. They were going to plug it anyways, but they definitely made people wait for it because they knew they didn't want to commit. These teams didn't want to commit to that point unless they absolutely have to. And now, with only a minute left, they're going to do that. Apes in a commanding position. These teams are going to have to find their way in. And this is where Team Diz wants to be. They have a chance here to at least get second, which when you're a two-man squad is going to be a massive feat as they head up this zip line, looking to get a backstab here. They actually have a backstab on a 200 MS, already doing some damage. Spawns with the godlike shots from above. Has one glitch grenade as well. Drops that down. Eyes on Wolf. Wolf is so low. Follows through the DMAT. Has eyes on him again. Follow around the corner. Can he finish him off? The goo has been in place, but he keeps finding new people to fight. Spawns is on a tear right now. One left for 200 MS. Two left for Ape Squad right now. 2 versus 2. And Boo Boo hold on to this. Is getting pushed away from Rippy. Has a gateway there. Drops onto the point. Has eyes on Rippy, looking to do some damage, but the two of them together can just swarm him, finish him off. But 200 MS is back at full strength, looking to push onto this point. Another glitch grenade there from Boo Boo, doing some damage. The rest of Team Diz are still down. No, but they've been wiped. Team Diz are out of this fight. 4 seconds left. It's going to go Ape Squad. Ape Squad finally able to hold on this point against every single team, pulling off a second place in our map number 4.
And that right there just shows you that them holding on to that vault until the last second and basically making it so, like you mentioned before, it is going to be utter chaos around that point. That gives them an advantage. It's not just them fighting one other team defending on that point. There is 4 teams putting everything they have, trying to get all these different off angles. Even if you guys get wiped, there's still an opportunity for you to still get that cash out because there's so much going on. As you can see here, Bricked once again leading the way with
gracious,
cash
man.
and leading the way with kills. It all adds up at the end of the day with one kill equaling 1 point. And when you go out there and you go get over 20 points or over 15 points around, it's almost like you're getting 4th place or 3rd place every time, along with their 1st place finish, which is why they are where they are.
Yeah, incredible stuff from them. That was a dude. I mean, you said it, right? Like, the number of kills is just wild here because not only are they winning, this is not luck. They are not getting fortunate with teams not fighting them. They are fighting every team on the map. Bricked have never seen a team that they don't want to immediately pound into the ground and successfully do so. Like you said, 200 MS, the only ones really able to put up a fight that match and still getting 3rd place because Apes with the Gigabrain play there, knowing that the other 2 teams did not want to fight Brick and we're going to try and third party them, waited until the last possible second to plug. Really heads up play from Apes there. That's what I expect from them. Apes, one of the most creative teams in the game right now and in the Pro League. So I'm not surprised to see that from them. But yeah, Bricked, the team, I thought this was going to be much closer. I got to be honest. I thought this might be one of the closer groups, but Bricked really making me eat my words here.
Yeah, I mean, they're the first team to break 2,000 points, which again, the next following team is AHS at 1,500.
Goodness
so
gracious.
To be 500 points above the next player,
dude,
the next team.
That's crazy.
It's a comfortable place to be. And again, like I mentioned before, the confidence that they're going to have going into every one of these fights, it's just through the roof.
That's
I actually
insane.
commend 200 MS for going in and fighting the way they did. And it was almost like they had nothing to lose. Let's go see what we could do. Like, let's assert some dominance on these guys. And like, the smack. I like it. I like some of the plays that they made, man.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, Bricked can I mean, yeah, 500 points, dude. That's if you got first place in every single match and every other team and Frick just didn't show up, you still wouldn't pass them. That's the number.
You
That's the
wouldn't
amount of
pass
points
them.
he's at. That's crazy. They could
So crazy.
obviously like, and the way that the set works, we're gonna get to a playoff after this. So the playoffs are going to give you quite a bit of points as well. I believe first place in the regional playoffs are going to give you 1,000 points. So there are chances for teams to catch up and to get a position where they can actually contend with these top players if you play really, really well. So Bricked might not find themselves at first unless they keep up this performance. After 5 days or at 2,000, they could find themselves at an easy 2,800 if they play really, really well in the next 3 play days.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, there's still, I think even the way this tournament is set up, it's so the finals-esque because just like in the game of the finals, it really isn't over until it's over. The cash always gets higher, or the points always get higher as the game goes on. Just like this tournament, you're not out, especially when you can be getting things like 1,000 points for a first place finish. But we are seeing how important these kill points are, right?
Truly.
This is why Bricked are so much higher than everybody, because every game they have a plus KD every time, and they're at least getting 15 kills per time. And
yeah.
with fourth place being 10 points, like it really, you are truly getting 2 placements every time worth of points.
Yeah. And this is the beauty of what Bricked is doing here is, I mean, you said it a couple times, and I love that this is the thing you highlighted is the communication on this team. Bricked was the first team we saw pull out that minigun. I think you can really, like, you can say that Busy was the one that popularized the minigun that has now taken over the competitive heavy scene. We still see some people running M60, a couple people running some different weapons, but the top heavies, they're running minigun for the most part. If you want to be kind of, you know, at that top level, unless you're a savant at a certain weapon. And Bricked is the one doing that. They're bringing the fresh ideas. They're playing so well together. That minigun, if your team isn't on point with you, if they aren't on the same page and they're not putting you in the right place, you're going to be dead weight as that minigun heavy. So he has full trust in his team. That's something I've seen a lot of times as well, is the trust these guys have in each other to not just, you know, Stu throws his team at the enemy and just says, hey, do your thing. I'm going to sit on the periphery and wait for them to run away because I know you guys are going to do enough damage. That's some trust right there, you know? He doesn't just sit there, wait for him to get a position. He knows that they're going to get the job done.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about with Apo, right? There was too much Apo going out there and doing his own thing, and it's because he knows he can do it, but the team wasn't working with it. Like, there was just no communication there. As we saw a lot of that with Apo, still able to make those plays, but it didn't come out to anything. Like Oni still is as low as they are, and weren't able to climb like we thought they might have been able to do. As to where, in comparison to a Bricked, you're like, man, Busy's out here getting busy with his minigun. Stewie's just annihilating people with the XP, and STN 2K is just doing his thing. Like, I didn't get to see too much game footage of him, but just they're all just playing in unison right now, and probably have Sloth in their ear talking to them, or even just watching on the side, like, right? Like, just these guys, like the group that they have here is a tight knit crew.
Oh yeah, they are all pushing the same direction. They are all pulling when they need to pull and jumping when they need to jump. And I think actually, I know we're gonna get to our giveaway soon, so I'm sure we'll need to pick a word for that if you want to pick one out, Park. But as we're doing that, I do think, kind of going back to Apo's team and Oni Legends, maybe that's where sort of I'm inexperience feels like the wrong word, but Oni Legends, being kind of that last minute sub team, definitely don't have the number of games played. And I think that is causing problems, because this is not ranked. This is, every team here is crazy good. You're not going to have that random gold plat team showing up in your Ruby lobbies. It is, you know, balls to the wall. Everything has to be perfect every single time. And I think that's where Oni Legends, they need to get up to speed. They haven't had the number of games. They haven't had the reps in that teams like Bricked have.
Yeah. Again, you're gonna get out what you put in. Right? It's about just time on, behind the keyboard, or time behind the controller, and even learning the maps like we had mentioned. We do have new maps that are in rotation here that maybe some people aren't so used to, right? Like, figuring out what works for you, and then also what works for you guys as a team. You see that with Bricked. You see that with AHS, and you see that also with DIT. Like you see that with Team DIT and their communication and being able to do what they do. To be honest, and I think that that's the word. I think that that's the word of the day for the giveaway is communication.
Communication.
I think that that's the word.
I love it. Yeah. Type communication in the chat. That's the word. If you want to be part of the giveaway, 500 multi-bucks, type in communication. We're going to pick out a random winner. Production behind the scenes is going to grab one lucky winner. So we're going to do a giveaway, and then we'll be raiding out, and we'll be calling it quits for the NA region play day number 5. What a day it's been, Parks.
What a day. What a day. And again, this is my first time ever casting a finals tournament. I've only done live announcing and casting for sports like basketball mostly. So to step out of my comfort zone, and as much as I love the finals and love gaming, I'm an avid gamer and an avid streamer myself. I'm super happy for production and Brita to give me this opportunity to cast. And I hope I did a half decent job for this. I mean, the Pro Hubs is doing something amazing here, and we love what they're doing, and I appreciate the opportunity to come out with. And it clearly cast with some really talented casters as well with you and Psycho and all the amazing people too, right? So.
Oh yeah. No, it's been a pleasure working with you. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're able to jump in because it's been a fun day. And again, thanks to Hyper for starting out the cast and getting through, and unfortunately Hyperactive unable to make it all the way. Hope he's feeling better. But thanks to him as well. And yeah, thanks to everybody. Thanks to all the production work on the backside. As always, massive shout out to Verita. The man does so much. Human on the backside as well. Someone, Ved, Armar, all the devs on the backside that do so much of the work. The website that we have, the tracker that updates all these scores consistently. There's so many more people working than you realize on the backside, making sure this goes smoothly, making sure you guys get to see everything you want. And we do have enough people speaking stuff, so we are going to pick out one person here, and we have somebody that we're going to grab as our winner. We'll do that in a second, but do you want to go ahead and do you have any favorite moments as we pick out our winner here real quick from the day?
It's going to sound silly, and again, it's because I'm a bit of a newer player in this, but that winch claw play off the jump pad out to the open there, to me, it was just a work of art. I was like, oh, now this thing is in the open. They can defend this from the building that they already control. And I think a second one was that dancing that they were doing, the movement between those buildings before they winch clawed that out to the open a little bit there. That to me, I was like, we're watching masters at art right now. Like, and it is about what they've put in. They're getting out what they've put in. Truly, so.
It's beautiful stuff. We do have a winner, Captain Dragon 67. You are now the proud owner of 500 more multi-bucks.
Captain Dragon.
Congratulations. You'll get contacted by production, and we'll be giving that to you. But that's pretty much it for the day, guys. We are done. We ran a little over time because of some of the delays, but thank you for sticking with us. Hope you all enjoyed your games. Thanks once again to Professor Parks for joining in, jumping, and doing the casting. It was an absolute pleasure working with you. Remember to tune in on Saturday, because once again on Saturday, we're back in our Playday season, guys. Saturday, we're going to have another set of games for you with EU and NA, and then another one next Wednesday. So we are ramping up. We're getting back there soon, so make sure to tune in. That's going to be pretty much it for us today, though. We're going to call it. We will see you guys soon. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on Saturday.
Hell yeah. Take care, guys.